they bricked up.
Fries
Most people
with-
are opposite. Most people go to Chick-fil-A for their waffle fries.
That's what I do.
I don't like their waffle
Sucks.
fries. We're like the only
Sucks.
two. Though.
It's
Everyone
not
else
even-
loves their
but
fries.
they're not even fries though. Cool, let's be real.
They're
Are they
potato
fries?
wedges,
Okay,
kind of.
you think?
They're fried.
They're fried, but yeah, they're not Americanized fries
They're
that are
not
going to give
fries.
you a heart attack.
Thank
That's
you.
what we're looking
Holy
for.
You're like the only person I've ever
know!
talked to that's like, no, they're not fries. Because they're not f***ing fries.
I was at camp as a kid. I was at like a church camp, and some kid walked up behind me. It was some prank, and
Clapped your ears?
my ears. But he did it so hard, my hearing didn't just like reduce or hear a ringing. Completely went out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear any. Like somebody could whisper
Well-
something, I wouldn't hear. And that was it lasted for like a full minute. And I think after about like a minute, I was sitting down. Like I didn't even say anything to anybody. I was sitting down, like freaking out. I was thinking I'm never gonna hear again. I thought I
Yeah.
was completely deaf, and it slowly came back.
You
I
know
was-
that's how that's how Beethoven went deaf?
Somebody slapped him.
His dad. His dad used to do that to him. To like instead of beating his ass, that's what he would do. He'd box his ears.
Huh.
That's how Beethoven went deaf.
Damn.
Oh, box your ears.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Anyway, didn't you say that you just came back from New York like a week or two ago?
Yeah.
And caught diseases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got COVID.
Yeah, that's why we've been under the radar, off the radar, whatever. Is I've been traveling. I went down to Charleston for a wedding and just traveling for work, and everybody's schedules didn't line up. And then finally our schedules lined up, and then AJ caught the Rona,
And
the big
Yeah.
Roni.
he
Yeah.
gifted it.
The-
Probably from the homeless guy I slept next to.
They
Yeah.
keep each other warm.
So yeah, that's
Spooned.
the first thing on our list of topics. Is it was a last minute trip up to New York, and I didn't exactly know which days to schedule, so I just I wanted to get the ticket as soon as possible because of prices, and it was like the day before. So I scheduled it for like 3 days, but then the people I was hanging out with were only there for 2 days. So I decided to spend the night at the airport the night prior to my flight that was early in the morning. Well, I was hanging out with them until like 10 p.m. and then I got to the airport and realized that customs is gone. So the only part of the airport that's really open is outside of security. And you can sleep at the airport with the comfortable stuff if you're already through security. So like layovers and stuff. But if you leave security, then essentially you're homeless. So that I realized I was stuck. So I actually went to Walmart and bought like a blanket and a pillow. And then I was looking around, and there was a couple of like night people, like security guards, and I asked them, and they're like, yeah, some people sleep over in that corner over there. And there was like a piece of furniture that is shaped kind of close to a bed. It's like, or there's a couple people sleeping on some benches or there, but the benches were pretty much taken up. So I went into the back corner. It looked the safest, and also had like it was like a slab of stone. I just laid down, and there were two of them, and there was a homeless guy on one, so I slept on the other. And he was like, I was like pulling out my phone charger, and I was charging my phone for a while, and I was just hanging out, just playing on my phone for like an hour before
RuneScape?
bed. Yeah, and actually no, I think it was like TikTok or something. And he was like, "Hey man, you think I can borrow that charger?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I borrowed the charger, but then I think like he fell asleep, and it was like,
And then he tried to strangle you with the charger.
no, I was like, this motherfucker's gonna take this. Like,
Yeah, oh, for
it was
sure.
so it was like an hour or two after that, like right as I was actually going to sleep, I was like, I unplugged it and I brought it back. Like, put all my shit, and I got like my bag of all my important stuff and put like right here, and I slept on and off throughout the night. And when I woke up, it was a police officer was waking me up. He woke up. I woke up because the police officer walked up to a homeless guy. He was like, all right, time to get up, And then kind of looked at me and then looked back at him. He was like, what was it? You just got to find somewhere else to go, but you can't stay here. Like the thing that the cops say
You
to
gotta go home.
homeless
but you
people.
can't stay
And I was
here.
just like, yeah, this is where I'm at. This is a cop waking me up telling me I got to move. I'm like, okay. And I don't think they realized like I actually had a flight. I got up and got all my shit back together and like rolled over to get the boarding pass. But yeah, I got woken up by police
I've
officer.
slept
So
in
you-
airports a couple times.
So you're telling me that instead of just getting on your phone and finding a hotel,
No,
you went to Walmart and bought a fucking pillow and a blanket.
yeah, for like so the pillow was I think $2, and the blanket.
How close was the Walmart to the airport?
I mean, honestly, this was actually in Philadelphia, so I mean, it probably would have. Oh, I bummed a ride. My friend took me to the airport,
Bum.
and then we realized it. Yeah,
You
bummed a
fucking,
ride.
you
Yeah,
fucking bum.
and I was like, and I thought about it, but another story is my buddy apparently is unfamiliar with hotels, and so he was our 2 nights that we stayed there was at a Red Roof Inn in the ghetto, and as soon as he said Red Roof Inn, I was like, around here, that's where you find a bunch of needles and people robbing each other for meth, but it was like, I don't know, maybe it's a classy facility in Philadelphia. No, and literally there was a needle right out front of our door. Then you walk in, and there was what I can only assume is a blood splatter right over
Like
the door.
brown
And people,
splat.
it was hard to sleep because people were outside screaming at each other. And I'm like, yeah, they're fighting over that meth. That's why there's, or I guess maybe heroin or something, needles. But anyways, yeah. So I was thinking the cheapest one was like just shy of $100 at Red Roof Inn. I was like, everything else would be like $200+ in any vicinity to the airport. I'm like, I could either spend that much money on a decent hotel or spend one fucking night in the people sleep at the airport all the time. I was thinking
I've done it.
probably going to be the inside of
It's not that
security
bad.
where it's comfortable. On the inside of security, it's not bad. There wasn't much room. Like this was
Okay,
literally.
so
just
you're
like-
thinking of the money in the moment, but what you didn't think of is that the fact that homeless dude gave you fucking COVID.
Yeah, well, I didn't expect
So
to
like,
get
if you had
COVID.
went to a hotel,
Yeah.
there's a good chance.
Well, I don't know. I was on a lot of planes and buses and trains. It might not have been.
Yeah,
homeless
you're
guy.
probably
you wear a
In fact,
mask?
the chances are it wasn't.
closer to a
Did
lot
you
of
wear a
other
mask?
people than him.
No. So it for sure wasn't the homeless guy. It's just I don't know. But
On an
Um,
airplane.
yeah, probably an airplane or a bus or a train. Because like I said, we went to Manhattan. It took like a train, a bus, and a subway just to get there. But yeah. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not gonna. I mean, staying at a Red Roof Inn is probably more risky than just being homeless for a night. And I'm not gonna spend hundreds of dollars when I was already spent
I don't know.
way
Spend
too much money.
Spend one, dude. I don't know. One night, homeless in Philadelphia,
in Philadelphia.
born and raised. It's a bad place, bro. I would not do that shit. I'll tell you that right now. I'd spend $200-$300 to go to a fucking hotel.
Well, I just spent a lot more money than I planned for this last minute trip.
I
was
would
like,
have
fuck
gotten
it.
a credit card. I'm not even kidding.
Well,
Hey, it worked out.
yeah,
Besides you getting COVID
yeah.
from that homeless guy.
I always end up sleeping in like the bus station or the airport. I never go get hotels. That's a
That
lot
sounds
more.
dangerous. I'm gonna be honest. That sounds very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I've slept on bus station floor and then in different benches in airports. So
Airports-
my mom didn't
I
want
will
to
say
get me
this.
at 2 a.m. She was like, "You
If
can
I was
just-
inside
just
of an
sleep
airport,
in the
then
airport
yeah.
and I'll
I would
come
say
get you
this,
in the
yeah. On
morning."
the inside, it's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would
Like-
sleep on the inside of an airport, no problem.
What do you mean
The
the,
outside of
inside?
an airport?
What's the difference
So
between the
inside of
benches?
security-
It was in a building
Because,
there was
okay.
a roof over my head, but it was the outside lobby.
Okay, one of them you're outside of the airport. The other one,
You
you
mean
literally have been checked in. They've checked their security, so like nobody's gonna have a fucking shank.
Yeah,
okay.
Like you're
there's
not about.
stores that
There's
that
not
are
gonna be people
open.
in there fucking doing heroin.
Yeah,
Like
it's meant for people that they expect you to have layovers, and
Yeah.
it's meant for people to
Mhm.
stay overnight.
like you can
But on the
legit.
outside, anyone could walk in and rob you.
Yeah.
It's essentially like the same thing as sleeping in a post office.
Yes.
But on
That's
the
what I
inside,
did
it's
at
a
the
lot
Louisville
safer.
airport.
Nobody has. Yeah,
I
nobody.
slept on the outside of the security.
Why is that your background?
Yeah. He got tired of my face.
Well, actually,
Yeah, it's on your home screen.
it's on the
Covered with
Let me open
apps.
it. When I you can just cut this out. Yeah, so that was the airport. And then I guess another story that we actually just brought up a couple hours ago was the turkeys. It was relevant, and then this always happens whenever I have something to talk about. He's like, "Oh, wait, talk about it on the podcast." So he doesn't even know the story. Apparently, I thought I told it to you, but we were in Afghanistan in the middle of nowhere in just like an abandoned building, and there were turkeys. Apparently, there's a lot more turkeys native to Afghanistan than people realize. Apparently, but we had 2 turkeys, and we were gonna eat them, but we were gonna chop their heads off with an axe that we had. Nobody could find the axe though. All we could, and we didn't want to like shoot it, so we're like, well, someone's like, I got a pocket knife. Apparently, that thing was dull as fuck. So we were sitting there for a lot longer than we anticipated, just, and the thing's just flapping. Eventually, it's just somebody just walks in and just stomps its head, and it's like, and then it died. And that was like all right next to the other one, who I assume is its wife. Just was gonna die.
Its wife.
And so yeah, and then we killed him, and
Turkey
then
wife.
so we're all like city boys. My whole squad's from New York. The reason I made that trip, like New York, Philly, Jersey area, so we're all city boys. And then the one guy, he's from Tennessee, and he was country as hell. He had redneck tattooed on the inside of his lip because that's where he puts his dip. So this guy knows country stuff. He walks in and he's just like, "Why didn't you just wring its neck?" And we all just kind of like looked at each other, like it didn't occur to any of us.
Yeah, straight fucking torture.
We're just like trying to saw this thing's head off.
Saw it off with a butter knife.
Yeah. Any listeners, feel free to send us to PETA.
Oh yeah,
they can sue the Marine Corps if they want. But
were you the guy sawing, or were you the guy holding, or were you just watching?
I don't even remember, honestly. I think we might have taken turns. He's like, "Man, this is hard to. You want to try? Okay." Ah!
Yeah, that was like me with the meat chickens that I raised, and I tried to chop their head off with a machete the humane way, but it just bounced off his neck, and I felt so bad.
You had meat chickens?
Yeah,
like
16 of them.
Like you just didn't give a shit about the eggs at all.
Yeah. There's a difference between egg chickens and
they-
meat chickens. Have you ever seen a meat chicken?
No.
It's like a turkey size. They can barely walk.
Thick.
Yeah, very thick.
But they
Well, that's why we're gonna use an axe because
Are
it's
they
heavier.
male or
It'll just go.
it's female, right?
It was a mixture. Like when you
Okay.
when you order the chicks, they just
Oh,
give you a bunch. Some are boys, some are girls.
where do you order them? From like a magazine or something?
A website. They come in a little box that has
Y'all were
holes in
using
it.
websites.
Yeah. Well, that was more recently. I was like, I
Oh.
think I was in. That was one of the summers of my college years. Mhm.
Dude, I saw a TikTok the other day, and it was, I'm assuming, I don't know if they were Amish or if they were Mennonite, but it was a TikTok, and there was like 6 or 7 Mennonite Amish people in there, and they were all standing there and drinking like Bud Light seltzers and like on their phone, like looking at videos and shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Everyone
probably
has phones nowadays.
Fortune troopers.
Oh,
Not supposed to have
crazy.
phones. Yeah,
Well,
they're
the guy,
insane.
I've seen the guy who owns the account. I saw him, I've seen him a few times. He
Is it
works like with the Amish. you know?
Northern or southern, like Tennessee area or like Ohio
I have
area?
no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea, but I know that he like works with them, hires them to like come work on his farm and
Mhm.
help them. I wasn't expecting to see them like drinking though at all. And then like there was one chick, she was sitting there like with her leg crossed, like just scrolling through a phone. I was like, what the fuck? Blew my mind. Like I know
I
that
wouldn't
they.
expect phones.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
they'd all
okay.
be in trouble if
Oh yeah,
like their family.
for
knew.
sure. That's what I was like. I was like, damn, they are about to get in some serious shit. One of those people's snitching, for sure. You know that they
Yeah.
are. Like you grew up in a church. I grew up in a church. Anytime somebody does some shit that's bad in a group, somebody's
yeah.
fucking snitching, bro.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
there's no chance that they're not. They're in trouble right now.
yeah.
They're grounded.
But then they'd be like, "Well, why were you there?" So
No, I know, but that doesn't mean that they. Oh,
Well,
Somebody
no, that
sees
they were
them.
hiring them to do work. So they had legit
Yeah.
the snitch.
but the girls were there though.
Mhm.
They don't. They weren't
Oh,
working. They
yeah.
definitely weren't working.
I didn't think about that.
But yeah, they'd definitely
For sure. got
be
in
in
trouble.
huge trouble. At the church I grew up with that we left,
Like, how are they gonna find?
they
us, though?
banned iPhones. Like they're Mennonite, so they have cars and stuff. but they banned smartphones. You can only have a flip phone. And they kicked out a member of the church because he had a business and he had to have a smartphone for it. Because that's the way, if you're going to have a business now, you pretty much have to. You don't really have a choice. You got to have a smartphone. So they're like, he's no longer welcome.
I don't know how I'm on Amish TikTok, but I'm on there. I don't know. I just am.
I'm gonna look him up right now.
I see Amish shit all the time. They were saying, this dude was talking about how there was like how in Amish culture that they tell you like, hey, if somebody outside of the culture is like videotaping you, like not to look at them.
That's because you can't.
You're like not supposed to acknowledge it.
Or they don't want you to take a picture or a video of their face because it's considered idolatry. That's why their dolls don't have faces. Something
I
with
didn't
a
know
face.
that, but that's fucking creepy as shit.
Yeah.
I just followed them.
So they just have they make dolls out of obviously not socks, but like.
Have you seen those dolls? They have like little black bonnets and like a white face, and it's you see them all the time in like tourist areas.
I've seen them. I didn't know that was.
Yeah, they're not supposed to have faces.
So like Raggedy Ann, but without a face.
Compelled to worship it. Yeah, that's devil worship.
It's like an idol. So speaking of Amish stuff, there was another topic on our list that had to do with Rose and how she was saying like growing up, I guess it was hard for you to adapt to cameras as a child. So
that's just the theory. The look on my face, it looks like I've never seen it before.
Because sometimes she's just like she's never looking at the camera almost ever, and she's always just like. But one in particular, sometimes whenever she is looking at the camera, it looks like she's in an existential crisis. And I'm gonna send you a picture of it, and you can put it up on the screen.
Did you see the video of the people drinking just now?
No, I was gonna look.
Oh,
but
sorry,
I'm in the middle. You're gonna put it up on the screen, and this is gonna be a picture of Rose and her sister. And her sister clearly has been easily adapted to the camera. She's just smiling at the camera, and Rose is like freaked the fuck out.
There's my sister.
Yeah, I think I showed it to him earlier. Oh, there's a list. She sent me a whole list.
And are y'all Mennonite then?
Pictures. No, in this one I think we were still at the Amish community. Either that or just left and freshly community.
Did they like sneak in a camera or?
Yeah, so the pictures, we have a couple pictures from when we were in the community, and it was my dad's mom who wasn't Amish, and when she would come and visit us, she took some pictures, so that's where we got those from. And my mom she wrote an article and like sent it into like some homesteading magazine about like what it's like to have a wood stove and everything, and she sent with it a picture of my brother beside the wood stove. And one of the elders, I guess, got a hold of that homesteading magazine and saw that picture of my brother in it, and like got a meeting together with my mom and dad and was like, so what's this? Where'd this picture come from? Where's the camera? Yeah, that's what he did. I remember, like, he came to them. He's like, where is it? Where's the camera? They're like, what are you talking about? He's like, where's the camera? There's a picture here. They're like, oh, that's from the grandma taking a picture. So, but yeah, that's where the pictures come from, is from grandma.
Damn grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Rule breaker.
Getting us in trouble.
Rule breaker, yeah.
What magazine was it?
Well, she wasn't Amish. She was just visiting, but still.
A random homesteading magazine.
Oh, because there's a homesteading magazine. It's not made out of wood.
Okay.
I knew that's where your head was at.
Yeah, but it's not made out of wood. I figured it was a name, but I still assumed maybe
it's just a furnace. It's just like a furnace.
Wait.
And then like it has like a flat top.
You've never
heard that term before.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes,
your grandma probably has one.
My grandfather had one, yeah.
Like for heat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was called.
They're from.
Yeah, they literally.
I just covered my face.
Oh,
I was like from. Yeah. So they for sure have one.
Honestly,
or had one.
Even if you didn't cut that out, no one's gonna know how it's spelled because of the way it's. Anyways,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're from there, and they
I was just wondering because I'm subscribed to a homesteading magazine. It's called Mother Earth News.
Is it out of Tennessee?
No, it's not.
Goes the
Sorry, I don't know if
eavesdropping.
anybody heard that, but that was
No,
Cocoa
Smokey
or
Sneeze.
Yeah.
Smokey?
But no, it's called Mother Earth News. I don't know. It might be
Mm-hmm.
from. It might be from.
Did you show him all the
Tennessee.
pictures, AJ?
What? No, I didn't. I just showed him that one.
Oh.
I didn't show him all the other ones.
Mother Earth News is the shit. AJ, you would actually like it a lot. No, they're from Topeka, Kansas.
So yeah, so change of subject here, but every episode, I don't think we've gone in a single episode without you or Keaton bringing up Logan Paul, and so this got to carry on the tradition and bring him up. But I don't remember where I heard this, but someone, I think it was another podcast, was talking about how he looks like the victim from a movie called You Got Served. So just like Logan Paul, You Got Served villain.
You talking about the movie where they dance?
He does look
Oh,
just like
yeah.
that
He looks like he'll put a picture.
I
of him
forgot.
in it,
I forgot about that.
too. He looks
That guy in that movie.
So I had to bring him up, and I thought about so you'd find that interesting.
I
Yeah,
would
the
be
rest-
fine if I never heard about either of them ever again for the rest of my life.
You know,
They seem like douchebags.
Can't stand them.
Half of celebrities are though.
I
No,
think that they're
is Logan
very.
Paul-
Don't talk about Logan Paul. Like that.
Is Logan Paul's the one who did the Pikachu card thing though, right?
Yeah,
That is pretty
That's awesome.
That's pretty dope. Yeah.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is pretty. How much was that again?
Were
Like
you in
$5
here?
million or
Were you in?
something crazy?
Yeah, you were in here
Yeah.
because you're the one that guessed the price.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hmm?
will you pass me that bottle?
Because she was like, because I was like, guess. I was like, y'all guess how much money it is for the thing, and then she's like 5 million. Y'all are like, no chance.
And it was like exactly.
And it was literally like 5.2 million.
What?
Buy
You
the
want one of
bottle
these?
there.
Oh.
Thanks.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know how much. So the card itself was like $5.2 million just for the Pikachu
Yeah, but then
card.
he like encrusted it in gold.
Yeah, had
He
it.
put it on a
Cased in
necklace.
gold.
Yeah, he had it in like a case, whatever, like a card case thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you saw it. Oh, I've got a game for us to play right now. So there's
Russian
this trend online where these people are trying to. So I don't know what the game is. I guess it's called the word game, where two people try to say the same word. So you go like 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna do it here in a second. Me and you are gonna do it. Y'all can do it here too. But you go 1, 2, 3. You say a word, and then after that you say 1, 2, 3. You say another word. 1, 2, 3. You say another word, and we try to say the same. And I think you only get 3 or 4 chances until you say the word, and then you lose.
Is there anything else to it? Is there any way to
That's
say
it.
the word?
Nope, that's it. So like we can't sit here. You can't be like the theme is blah blah. You just have to say, I say a word, you say a word, and then pretty much the strategy behind it is you try to figure out like a common denominator between the two words. Okay, so let's just do
try
it.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Mario.
Ligma.
Ligma?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
Wait. Between the two words we just said?
It's just a strategy. So 3, 2, 1. Pokeballs. Okay.
Wait.
Peach. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bowser.
Jinx.
Damn, that was tough.
That is tough. Because we started off on
Yeah.
so different. Just different topics. That is a tough one. We started
Jinx.
migrating
Why would you pick Jinx? Because it's a
because it's a Pokemon that's like
yeah, that's a good one, honestly.
yeah.
3, 2, 1. Nicki
Megan.
Minaj.
was gonna say Megan Thee Stallion, but I realized I only had one word.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nicki Minaj is 2 words.
It's the same thing.
Okay, so it's Megan Thee Stallion. That was similar.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. One more. 3. It's obvious, I feel like. 3, 2.
I don't have anything. Hold on, let me think. I don't have...
Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. How can you not think of what the word would be?
I think I might know.
3, 2, 1.
Sasha
Cardi
Grey.
B. Cardi B.
Cardi B.
I said it. Oh.
Sasha Grey.
I said Sasha Grey. I can.
All right, you lose. Do you guys want to do it? Do you guys want to play?
Sure. 3, 2, 1. Dick.
Balls.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. But.
Come.
Damn, got all 3 there.
Yeah, we kind
We got the butt, dick, and balls.
of. Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Tits.
Sex.
Mm.
We
That's
just
what I
danced
thought.
around all
That's
the
what I
same
thought.
words. They're all the same. Yeah.
I feel like there's one more.
3, 2, 1. Anal.
Vagina.
Damn, I was gonna say mouth. I mean, what? You just said ass, pussy. What's the next thing? I mean, come on. There's only one left after that. It's the forbidden fruit.
That's what I just said
Mm-mm.
for the last one. Forbiddener?
More forbidden.
Ears?
The feet, bro.
Oh, feet.
Anyway.
Ears?
Yeah. Anyway, that game's been popular. I don't know what the actual name of that game is. I think it's pretty fun though. I don't know if they want to keep continuing to hear us play this game, but it's
Probably not.
it's pretty
Ultimate
fun.
forbidden
Yeah.
fruit agent.
Ear sex.
Fuck me in my ear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's funny.
I hope your former Amish community watches this episode. They venture out and like, let's see what they're up to.
Yeah. Most ex-Amish kind of go reprobate.
So do you want to do
End up on
the
heroin.
would you rathers?
There's a would you rather right here. That's what I was about to play.
All right. And
I
then
don't
got
remember
my
what
list.
it was. The last time that we did a podcast, it was on there, but I got too drunk on Ocho de Mayo to remember that I actually had this video. So we're going to watch it. And I don't remember what the question was.
Okay. What this power is you can mark.
Oh, damn, this one was like a really in-depth one.
Guys, question of the day. Would you rather have a power called checkpoint? What this power is you can mark up to 5 places that you have to have been before, but you can appear there whenever you want of your own free will. And once you remove a mark from a location, you can never place it back on that location. Or would you rather have a power called quick save? This power allows you to store 5 things that you have encountered in your whole life. The only catch is whatever you quick save has to be equal to or less than however much weight you can pick up physically. So if you can pick up 400 pounds, you could quick save anything that weighs up to 400 pounds. You can change locations as frequently as possible for checkpoint. You can also change whatever it is you quick save to. Which power are you picking?
By quick save, does he mean like objects?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Like you picked up a piece of
an
gold or what?
so
Basically infinite money.
yeah, essentially. It's like an inventory.
I'm doing the first one easy.
The first one?
Oh yeah. I would
But
I'd
you'd have to have been in the place already.
yeah, I'd fly my ass to Japan
That's true.
and back and then just visit any
The
weekend
airport.
I want.
The airport.
And
Yeah, but you only have 5 places that you can pick.
okay, yeah, I know.
First and foremost, I'm picking my house, of course.
Yeah, I'm doing my house. Well,
But
what if you move?
I'm doing my house.
well, you
Then
can
you
remove
change
it.
it.
Yeah, he said you can remove it.
So I'm doing. Okay.
Yeah, doing my house.
But,
I'm doing Japan.
okay, but let's explain the two.
The
so
beach.
the first one, the would you rather? The first one is pretty much you pick 5 places that you can teleport to at any point. Then the other one is you can have 5 items in your inventory, that being something that you could hold in your hand. Then you would had to have touched it before though. So it's not like you can't just be like, yeah, like I want a bar of gold, like infinite bars of gold, because I don't know about you, but I've never held a bar of gold. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
like,
and how much can you even do with a bar of gold? $100 bill is more useful.
oh, for sure.
$100 bill, boom, pay for stuff. It'd be pretty cool.
And there's no,
I'd still rather do
and honestly,
the
there's like
checkpoint.
there's no limit to like how many.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that kind of sucks though, because if you have like $100 bill, it's gonna be the same $100 bill, right? So like if you do that, it's gonna be the same one with the same serial number on it every time. So like if you started handing people $100 bills, they're gonna be like, you're gonna get arrested for counterfeiting. So, but diamonds on the other hand though, like diamonds and gold,
Yeah.
you could just go to like a jewelry store and be like, hey, how much is that chain?
Yeah.
And then just be like,
It's like a gold
can
watch.
I like try that on? Like, yeah, or Rolex or something.
Yeah, Rolex.
So you get 5 items though, and you can swap them out at any time as long as you've touched them, and which that's kind of a loophole too though, because like, okay, I don't want the $100 bill anymore. I want something else.
Want a different $100
Yeah.
bill.
But I
Honestly,
still think
it's
the
still
teleportation's got to
easy
be.
choice for me. Well, I mean, that's always like if I had any like superpower, my choice has always been teleportation.
Yeah.
Flight would be cool, but I still think teleportation would be the best. And so
Yeah, of
checkpoint,
course.
I would definitely do that. I like we were talking about
I mean,
before. I'd
if
have
you
one at
have-
home, one at the beach, one in a few different countries I'd like to visit,
If you
and then
have,
practical things like work.
yeah, but
Just
like you were
go
saying,
with that.
like if you had to choose a
That'd be
superpower, like you would always want to pick teleportation. If you have unlimited teleportation, you pretty much have flight. So like you could just fly here to there to there to there.
Yeah, the only difference is flight would be fun to do. But,
Yeah, but you're pretty much fly. If you go up like super high in the air, you're like,
Teleport into the
or just teleport into the sky.
That's what I'm
1,000 feet into
saying.
the air and then
Yeah.
teleport when
And
you're
then
right
just
above the
fall.
ground.
skydive, yeah,
Hmm.
falling with style.
Get one of those flying
out
squirrel
Buzz Lightyear.
suits. That
Yeah.
people jump off bridges.
Yeah, definitely checkpoint. That was a good one. But I got a couple.
But like, what would you pick though? I think
what
first
places?
off, my house, and then my parents' house, probably my job, and that leaves 2 other places.
Yeah, so I do my house. I
feel like there's
I do
gotta
my
be, like-
parents' place.
I feel like there's got to be a stipulation,
Work.
like if you pick somewhere and they're like, okay, well, I don't want to be right here. I'll be 5 feet to the left. Like, no, I feel like you have to be like
a
a
mile.
mile away.
Okay.
So like, if for some reason I'd already know my dumbass, I'd
Wait,
be like,
I have a question. So it said that after you move the checkpoint, you can't make it
You
your
can't put
checkpoint
it back.
You
again.
can't put it
ever.
back.
But can
Which
you
you
like
could,
drive there and like walk?
yeah.
Oh
in?
yeah, yeah. You can
Oh.
go back. You just
Oh.
can't.
You
make
can't
the
teleport.
checkpoint.
Yeah. So like, I already know my dumbass though. I'd be like
Mm.
in a rush trying to do something. I'd be like, okay, changing my teleportation. I'd probably get rid of my house, and I'd end up having
Like when
to
you're
put
drunk.
it.
All the
house.
strip clubs around.
All the bars.
All the bars.
Yeah,
Strip clubs. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Be like, I'll meet you at the bar across town, and then you just.
I would do my house, my work, my parents' house, Tokyo, and I'd probably save the 5th for whenever I decide later on.
Yeah. Just, dude, yeah, all you gotta do is go to a bank and be like, can I get a deposit box?
Yeah.
And then you just go into the safe. That's my new checkpoint right
Yeah.
there. Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, you can never get arrested. Like, even if they arrest you, what are they gonna do?
You just teleport out.
They had to shoot your ass. But, like, they're not going to because you're just gonna go with them willingly.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Ooh, I'm arrested. Like,
Ooh, I'm in top
Ooh,
security
yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
they're sending me to Rikers. You thought.
I'm in Tokyo now.
Yeah.
Gotta extradite me
That's
now.
awesome.
Yeah, dude, you
Then
can't
you
beat
just
teleportation.
extradite yourself right back.
That's for
You
sure.
can't
easy with
beat teleportation. Dude,
Yeah.
even if, I mean, what, even, I feel like I could get away even if I only had one location. Maybe not. You'd add that too.
I mean, that'd still be awesome. Even just have one.
But I'm just saying, like, it'd be hard to arrest somebody if they could teleport.
Oh yeah.
Even if it
Awesome.
was to, like, this seat right here, even if they had, like, 4 people lined up to fucking get you, all you had to do is run, try to run every time you teleport, and then they would come at you, you fucking teleport back, you just, like, juking motherfuckers. You'd be the slipperiest motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't
You'd have to
understand. I
execute
don't
me.
understand the value of the other option. Like, having an object in your hand. Like,
It would just be convenient.
I have,
It's pretty much an
For
infinite
what?
money glitch. But
Hey,
like,
where's my phone?
yeah.
yeah,
Here, $100. It's you're right though.
my
Well, you could get
$100 bill.
You could really use that one because you're always losing shit. Where are my keys?
True. I eventually find them though.
But the teleporting one would be
Yeah, and then also the
easy
fact that you
choice.
can't just like pull a car out of your ass. Like if there was like no.
Oh yeah, you have to be able to lift it.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
like
he
you
said.
got to be able to lift it. So like I can't lift a car.
So
Yeah.
body
A motorcycle,
build
though,
until you can
could
lift up a car.
Gun.
But you had to
There
have touched
you
it before. though.
go.
You never touched a gun?
No, I've touched plenty, but I'm just saying like.
No, I'm just saying you're walking down the street. You don't ever have to carry ever again. You're just walking down the street.
If you ever
Someone tries
need
to
a
mug
gun-
you.
Dude, you're always
Just
armed.
hold up your
You're
hand and
always
be like,
armed.
Always armed. Doesn't
like,
matter.
what are you doing? And then the gun appears in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're never not armed.
You're never legally flying again if they know about that.
There's this guy. He has this power.
Yeah.
I swear it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I swear it's true.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But definitely teleportation.
I'd try to find the lightest airplane that I could find. Pick that bitch
Try to
up.
pick an airplane up.
Yeah. For
Like
airplane.
yeah. Fly around.
Think I could lift a jet ski?
I bet there's
Dude,
some
jet
light
skis
ass
with all the boys. Fucking,
four wheelers. I bet there's some light ass 4-wheelers. Those little electric scooters.
Oh,
Is it
dude,
charged every time
so
you make it appear?
convenient. If the one that you touched was.
Yes.
Yeah. I just be
So
scooting everywhere, man.
convenient.
Everywhere.
Dude, the people that go and pick up
Everywhere.
people that pick up the scooters would be so confused. They'd be like, "Where are these
What the
coming
fuck?
from?"
Yeah. Where are these coming
Yeah.
from? It's just like one chilling at the beach, and it's from our hometown that's nowhere
Yeah.
near the beach. All right. Do you think there are more legs in the world or eyes in the world?
Eyes or
Legs.
legs?
People
I
legs,
think it's eyes.
yeah, eyes. Because people lose their legs way more often than they lose their eyes.
We're not talking about people though. We're
Yeah, what
talking
about animals?
eyes.
What about animals with 4 legs
Yeah.
and 2 eyes?
What about animals with 8 legs, 6 legs,
What about the animals
a
with 8
million
eyes?
legs?
I feel like there's billions of spiders in the world and billions of spiders with 8
Okay,
eyes.
I'd say we'll
I guess they
include
also have
animals,
a bunch of legs.
but not just like animals, but not
millipedes-
insects.
Oh,
Insects
the
are
eyes,
animals.
easily, bro.
mammals.
Well, actually, no.
Yeah, there's
take
still
that back.
4-legged animals all over the place. Say, like,
If you take insects out of the equation, then it's obviously legs because if you
what about
mammals, they only have
Fish.
2 eyes.
Don't
And
know.
no
Oh, that's
legs.
true. Okay.
fish? Yeah, it changes things a little bit, doesn't it? You got
Ma-
all these 4-legged animals, but then all these fish with 2 eyes and
Do
no legs.
millipedes actually have a million legs? There's no way.
No,
No
No,
chance.
they have
they have
like,
like 100, I think.
yeah, 100.
Why do they call them millipedes?
I don't know.
Fucking liars.
Maybe maybe they have 1,000 legs.
I don't.
Does the
There's
root-
no way. That's so many legs.
I think it's.
The
100.
root word, what's the root word for 1,000?
Centa.
That's 100.
Centipede.
Centa is 100.
Vanilla? Right, okay.
So they
Don't
have
know your Latin.
So they have 1,000.
Centipedes have 100.
100.
And
I
millipedes
don't
probably
know
have
if
1,000. Have you ever
centipedes- do
seen
they
them?
have?
Most millipedes have about 300 legs. They just call them millipede because it looks
Someone's
like
like,
they have a million.
damn, that bug has 1,000,000 legs.
What about starfish? Do you count those legs? I'm not
Oh,
talking about the things. I'm
Talking
talking
about
about the things.
the
underneath.
little, like,
Yeah, is that a leg?
weird suction cup things.
You ever seen a starfish move?
It's creepy.
I don't know, man. I don't know about starfish.
I don't like starfish legs. They're weird.
The initial question though, eyes, bro.
I think you're right, but
centipedes,
only
though?
because of fish. I think if we weren't including fish, it'd be legs. But fish, I think, there's so much
know, man.
sea life.
There's a lot of insects that only have 2 eyes.
There's
too,
some
though.
weird sea life that
But,
has
like-
all kinds of eyes and
If you exclude
But how
all
many-
insects, only like mammals and sea animals,
though.
then
It's got to be. Well,
it's going to be eyes because of the vast amount of sea life. Now, if you didn't include sea life, I think it'd be legs.
But what about the starfish that have like hundreds of legs?
I don't
know
think that's
shit
a
about
leg.
starfish.
I don't think it's a leg. I don't think that counts. They look like legs though.
What about What about fucking shrimp? Is that an insect?
No.
Or is that's an animal?
It's a crustacean.
Okay. Because they look like giant insects, but
It's a crustacean,
I
right?
think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. And crabs
It's
and
a
shit.
lot of legs.
But it's
Nothing
more
but leg.
Imagine the number that I don't even know amount of fish that there are in the world. There's no way to know, but we're greatly outnumbered by
You
fish.
think a trillion?
I think all animals, I think all land animals are so vastly outnumbered by fish.
Did you know?
Vast oceans.
Yeah,
in the
there's
world.
billions, trillions of fish.
Trillions of fish.
Yeah.
Did you know
So
that?
I think eyes.
So, like, insects, like, most of them aren't very big, but do you know that the net weight, like, if you got all people and put them on a scale, and you got all insects and put them on a scale, that the insects outweigh humans by, like, 100?
Billion. Easy.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
It's like
That's
if you got
fucking
all the
creepy,
flies
but I
in
believe it.
Kentucky, just flies alone, that would be tons upon
There's
like
so many flies.
Yeah.
thousands of tons.
But, okay, like, so a fly, how many eyes does a fly have?
They
lot.
have hundreds
Okay,
of eyes.
But do
within
they
the
actually
eye.
have eyes, or do they have one eye with a shit ton of lenses?
That's
Like,
really
what's
good-
considered,
yeah,
like,
that's
what's
a good
considered
question.
an eye?
Well, we weren't
Like, I
we
feel
weren't
like-
including insects, but if it's a different topic where you are including insects, then that's really hard to say. I'd still that might be legs. That would definitely be legs.
How many ocular nerves do those motherfuckers have?
Yeah, but think about all the other insects.
A fly
Spiders
has
alone, but even not including spiders. Ants, bro. There's like infinite numbers of ants in the world.
Ants only have 2 eyes.
Yeah, and more like that's what I'm saying. They add to legs. If insects were included, then it'd be hard to say because sea life is huge. Insects, I'd say legs. If insects were
There's so many
included,
spiders.
yeah.
But spiders got hella legs.
so I'm gonna say this: if we're talking only land animals, legs. If we're talking land animals and sea life, I say eyes. If we're saying land animals, sea life, and insects, then I go back to legs because of like ants and all the other insects in the world.
I initially thought eyes, but honestly,
I think eyes is the case if it's mammals and sea life.
there's no way if you
What I
include all animals, there's no way that the fish there's way more insects than there are fish. Gotta be.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying if you include insects, then I'm going back to legs because of insects.
Do plankton have eyes?
Yeah,
Do they actually though?
I think so. Because even like planarians have eyes, like those little microscopic blobs. They have like.
But they
these
have like
things.
oh man, that's where you get like the definition. They
Yeah,
have
it's
like
a-
light sensitive organs. Like is that technically an eye? I guess it is, right?
Yeah, they can see the light.
Yeah, I don't think those numbers would really shift very much whether or not they're considered eyes.
Well, if you have plankton, there's like way more than a trillion.
Trillions.
Yeah, there's probably like millions of trillion. Like there's so many.
Quadrillions.
Yeah.
I looked up plankton eyes, and this is what it gave me.
Is it SpongeBob? Yeah.
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 I didn't even know that was a plankton. I've never seen a full episode of SpongeBob.
You're missing out.
You haven't really seen it. I've seen it growing up and never liked it, and we're like the only two in America. Everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it. So I admit the fact that I'm wrong. I don't enjoy it, but I'm wrong. Because
You're-
I'm the
you're-
only one who doesn't enjoy
first
it.
off, it's a kid's show, so like if you're gonna watch it now, like yeah, you probably won't like it. But like growing up with
Yeah,
that,
but growing up, I'd rather watch like all the other. We've talked about this.
I know you're
Nick,
you're big.
Cartoon Network was all my shit was on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a ton of adults that are like obsessed with all these cartoons they grew up with, and I haven't seen any. I didn't grow up with any cartoons, so I look at the stuff they're obsessed with. I'm like,
I rewatched
okay,
Pinky and the Brain
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
like 22.
Not
I'm
good.
So excited.
Mid.
The opening brought up a lot of memories. But then after that, it's
here's a plankton eye for you. Plankton eye.
I don't count that.
Rude.
And plankton, they're like technically, but they're not. They're not algae, are they?
I don't have any fucking clue, man.
This is
Not my strong suit.
You know,
biology.
diametrius earth or whatever that stuff is, that powder that they kill bugs with. That white powder.
Hmm.
It's apparently tiny sea life skeletons. I'm curious what kind of sea life it is.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now you got me
Okay,
on,
if
like,
I
a
had to,
biology thing.
I already gave my
if I had to like,
stipulations
if
for-
I had to nail one down for myself, I think it's got to be eyes because the fish and then the insect. Well,
I'd say if you include insects, I say maybe. I'm not confident about it. But
I take it back. I still
probably
think it's
legs.
legs. I still think it's legs.
I think it's legs if you include insects. If you don't include insects, but you do include sea life, eyes.
Well, of
I'd
course.
say if it's only mammals, legs. Obviously.
If you take, okay, to narrow it down, if you take insects out of it, then it's eyes. But if you put insects in, then it's got to be legs.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There's so many more. They
You're
have
just
so many.
taking a longer time to get to the same conclusion than I.
No, you just said 3 different stipulations. I'm just saying 2. Because you were like, if you include insects, but you don't include fish. Like, okay, I'm just saying if you include insects and fish and everything.
If you include everything, yeah, then legs.
Then it's legs.
If you include everything except for insects, eyes,
For
because
sure.
of the fish.
For sure.
If you include everything except for sea life and insects, so essentially mammals, whatever the fuck, and birds,
It's still
I guess.
legs.
This is Diametrius Earth up close. Isn't that cool?
They got legs.
Still, yeah, legs.
And 2 eyes.
I think the only time eyes is if you include sea life and not insects. What is this? Plastic?
Diametrius Earth up close. Isn't that neat?
Shit, that's weird.
You know how it works? Is it scratches insects, exoskeletons,
What even
and
is
then
that?
you know, Diametrius Earth. You can buy bags of it, and it kills bed bugs and stuff because they walk through it. It scratches up their little shells,
They bleed
and
to death.
they dehydrate to death.
Okay, so they bleed to death.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice way of saying they fucking bleed out.
I think it's,
They-
I'm trying to pick my words so it doesn't sound like I'm throwing shade. I think it's adorable. The fact that I think Rose gets invested in the conversation but forgets it's a podcast, and so she just finds all these pictures and is like, "Hey, look at this," and then make conversation, but it's like they don't fucking know what we're talking. Unless we're like, "Hey, I'm gonna text these pictures to you so you can put them up on the screen." But whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
edit it,
complaining.
so-
I just
Everyone
think it's
needs
funny.
to see it because
Yep.
it's interesting.
Next one that I think is really good. I don't know if I told you about yet. Pick between these two things: never having to pay taxes again,
Who pays taxes?
or
Not rich people.
having free gas, no traffic, red lights, or stop signs.
I get free gas from you all the time. Every 5 minutes.
Or just get a boyfriend.
Get lots of farts.
That's a good one. Taxes.
Free gas. What else was it?
Gas, traffic, and traffic lights and stop signs and stuff.
So no traffic. Gas and no traffic.
Versus taxes. All that includes for your house, from your job, everything.
Well,
Because then gas would never add up to that. But that's also including
I don't-
traffic, red lights. You just
For the most part, I don't pay for gas, except for on the weekends.
that's
I
a,
have a work
Because I
vehicle,
drive.
so
I have a
my
work vehicle too, so I just drive.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really
I
matter to
rarely
me.
drive my personal.
Like I probably put in my truck in a month. I probably
Yeah.
put $60 in that motherfucker.
Probably depends on how much you drive personally.
I'm fine with traffic. I don't care about red lights, but between the taxes and the gas, that's a tricky one to settle on because both of those will change over time.
We don't live
Taxes
somewhere.
are more though.
We don't live
But
somewhere.
they could go down, they could go up. Same
not
with
going
gas. Gas goes
Gas
down, gas
fluctuate.
goes up.
Gas will go back down.
I say,
Taxes, I think, just steadily.
I say no taxes. Honestly, I don't give a shit about the traffic because we don't live in an area with that much traffic.
Yeah.
We do live in an area with obviously there's traffic, but the city that we live in,
Like,
or
if you live in
around or
Manhattan,
whatever-
that'd be
yeah,
Oh.
if you lived in Atlanta or LA, fuck yeah, traffic all day, take that shit away, because you can get so many places so fast.
Mhm.
But where we live, there's not that much traffic. Traffic ain't that bad, and
Most-
occasionally,
Even most metropolitan cities, it's not bad enough to choose that over taxes.
And I'll be honest, I kind of like traffic because it gives me an excuse for being late.
Yeah,
Like
you can't be like, oh no, it was traffic.
Fucking traffic was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, was it though? No, I was just fucking.
Yeah.
I was chilling at the house looking at TikTok. Fucking forgot about the time. Damn it! Like, if we're being honest, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say taxes.
Taxes for
It's
sure.
just
Because taxes encompass everything that you buy. So like that's fuel, that's your
you
food.
just have so much more money.
Anything that you buy, and
your house and your income,
your house, your car, your income,
paychecks, everything.
Dude, for sure, taxes. Fuck taxes. What do you think, Rose?
Trying to think. Traffic is fine. Sometimes I enjoy it because it takes longer to get to work.
Yeah.
And days I dread getting to work. I'm like, nice.
Well,
there's
half my
traffic
job
today.
I drive around. I'm like, if I had no traffic, like.
That's all of my topics. Yeah, both of those you can slide back and forth.
Gas or tax. I feel like, I don't know. Are you that affected by taxes?
Everyone is, whether you notice it or not. You would feel rich.
Every single thing
That's
you
true.
do.
We'd have a new car. We'd be.
It does suck to look at my paycheck and be like, dang.
Every
adds
single
up.
thing.
It adds up.
Every single thing that you do has taxes involved with it.
Yeah.
The Chinese food we just ate, the comedy
The
show we just
fucking
went to.
house that we're in, this place, you have to pay, whoever owns this place has to pay taxes for this. The electricity that is running all of this.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that
taxes
wasn't,
as far as like the transaction, you know, like
the only thing that isn't is like when you buy shit on Facebook Marketplace and you pay with Venmo, but I think they're changing that to where that'll be taxed.
That's technically
Taxation
not legal.
without representation.
Yeah. Well, if I sold you something, if I like sold you something for cash, like technically that's not legal because it wasn't taxed because the transaction itself needs to be taxed. A sales tax, that's what it is.
I think personal sales though.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
That's why America
depends on
exists.
the type of sale.
It's because of taxes. We got mad at taxes. We're like, fuck this. We're gonna.
And then attrition.
We've had our panties in a wad about taxes for hundreds of years.
Thousands.
Yeah, that's true. Back in the Bible days, they're like, freaking Caesar. Yeah, they were like, Jesus, do we have to pay taxes? And he's like, yeah, his face is on the coin, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what he said. Well, he was. What did he say exactly? It was like. It was like you rule under Caesar, so you like do.
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Yeah.
Boom. Mic drop.
It's like the roads we drive
People are
on.
like, shit.
We didn't buy them, so we're renting them with taxes. But there's so many things that are taxed that don't need to be.
Like property. That's the biggest one in my eyes, because like, okay, you can go out.
You really own it if you.
You don't because you don't. You're renting it from the government.
I agree.
So.
I agree. That's yeah. I think it should be like roads, emergency services, military, shit like that.
Okay, so I've got another question.
Yeah.
If you could commit, if you could commit,
Amish.
They don't because of it's a whole nother.
Let's convert. You already got the beard.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, that guy was calling that one guy Amish. He's like, you should see Elijah.
I was sitting there. I was like, oh man. Hopefully he doesn't see me back here. We went to a comedy show today, and it was Eric Griffin, and it was awesome. He was hilarious. But at the end, he was like, "Yeah, come back, take pictures, whatever." And I was like, how much shit he was giving that one guy for having a beard, and I was like, I'm not taking a picture of this motherfucker. He's about to roast me in front of everybody. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
you ought to shave your mustache clean off because I don't believe in mustaches.
That was the other guy. The main guy had a different name, right? Wasn't it?
Eric Griffin,
the guy from Workaholics. That's his name.
Yep.
Dude, I dare you to shave your mustache off and get a bowl cut. I dare you. Do it.
That would be
maybe
done
for like Halloween.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Get a wig and then just shave them. I mean, you have a little peach fuzz high schooler mustache anyway.
So, next question. if you could commit one crime, but after you commit that crime, it can never be committed again
By anyone ever?
by anyone ever, what would you commit?
That's tricky. Because then if you murder someone, then no one will get murdered anymore.
Yeah, but then what?
You can still get
constitutes
caught though.
murder?
You can still get caught though.
But like, what constitutes like if you murder someone? Would that include war?
I know. I was thinking about that too. I think yeah.
It includes war.
I think so. Off the rip, I'm killing somebody. Send me North Korea. I'm killing Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. So I'm stuck between that and theft, and the main reason,
Because that shit's so inconvenient.
well, theft sucks, but with murder, if that includes war, which is terrible, and it'd be awesome to just get rid of all wars.
I know
But
what I'd
if
do.
people are honestly and like legitimately under a regime and they desperately want their freedom,
I know the perfect crime.
then they're just stuck there if they
That I
can't
would do.
revolt. You know what I mean?
Well, there was two, well, no, I would traffic
You're
drugs.
saying
for
you're
sure.
saying it's somewhat necessary to get certain people out of power.
Some wars, yeah. I mean, while war is tragic, like sometimes,
Because there's no way to like physically get a dictator out of office if you can't
right.
fucking take them
That
over.
being said, I don't think that I think it would be
But
tragic
if
if
they-
people couldn't get out of it, but getting rid of the threat of war altogether, I think outweighs the threat of some communities being unable to
But
get out of.
if there was no threat of,
Tyrannical.
if there was like no threat of getting killed though, like would it even be that difficult to take over? Because I feel like that's what the main issue is when somebody like if they're under like a tyrannical government
Yeah,
and then
like
they try to take it over, like
Huh.
if they weren't threatened by like we're gonna fucking kill you, I think it'd be a lot easier for there to be change.
I didn't even think about that.
So I still think mine would
But you'd still be able to
straight
like torture though. So like Kim Jong Un and his death camps. That I mean, you can keep people alive for decades and torture them.
Oh, that's I mean yeah.
I would go.
I think
on-
murder probably would.
I go
I
on
was
a
just
spree.
bringing up those considerations,
I
but I think
would-
murder.
I would sell a bunch of drugs. I would traffic drugs and weapons. That's what I would do.
But you'd only do one though.
Okay, I would traffic drugs.
That is a good one because the source of a lot of that
Yeah.
shit is.
Then there's
drugs.
gonna be like no murders left after that.
That's a really good point. Most homicides are probably drug related. Most
Absolutely.
thefts are definitely drug related.
In this country, for sure, you traffic drugs and then nobody can ever sell drugs again. Then there's no murders, no theft.
That is a
nobody
really
breaking
good
into your
one,
car.
actually. That might actually be better than murder,
Absolutely.
drug trafficking. But then you got to specify like drugs.
Nah, I still say murder because like
Because the sheer amount of other crime that would never really be that much of a problem if it wasn't for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
Like drugs are the heart of like all
But
the
at
other
that point, there would
problems.
still be war though.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's a hard one. I think murder, and I didn't even consider drug trafficking.
That's my crime.
Theft would be the most convenient though.
Be the most convenient.
Like if you stole something and then just nobody could ever steal again.
I don't think that would make as good of a change though.
Yeah, the thing
to
with
humanity,
theft
the
though
future of
is
humanity.
it like 99% of the crime that happens, all the awful stuff, it's all linked to drug stuff. All the thefts that happen around here, it's because people trying to get drugs.
Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted because like murder encompasses both
Like-
murder and war. Then there would never be murder or war again,
Mhm.
which would be pretty fucking awesome. But then within those communities, most of the problems they have are drug related
If
or
you
stem from drug related.
straight up, if you chose murder, the movies that came out after that would suck ass. No more action movies. Nobody's getting blown up in cars. Like it's just not realistic.
Well, you could still have that fictional.
I guess you could.
I mean, there's movies about us going to Mars. We've never been to
that's
Mars
true.
that we know of.
People would be obsessed with murder movies if nobody could murder anymore.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
like everybody's ultimate fantasy. Not everybody's, but
Yeah, I'm
Damn.
conflicted now between those two. Murder and
I'm
drug
not.
trafficking.
easy.
Drug trafficking, murder.
Maybe I would find my greatest enemy and torture them.
I'd say drug trafficking. I'm switching it to drug trafficking just because there are also like the ability to revolt when it's necessary. You brought up a good point with that too, though. Fuck.
I mean, but the threat of capture and torture, though.
I
is pretty
feel
bad, too,
yeah,
though.
exactly. I feel like the whole "be careful what you wish for" thing
Yeah.
is more dangerous with the murder option, whereas the drug trafficking option is just going to be an easy solve a lot of problems.
Mhm.
Assuming it would only be like. So I guess the stipulation for drug trafficking we can put as something that is perceived by society as where they try to hide and do it, like the kind of stuff you'd sell in a back alleyway, as opposed to a pharmacy. You know,
Pharmacies don't traffic, though.
right. So it's like legal sale of Adderall for a person with ADHD is fine, but
That's
anything.
not drug. That's not trafficking. That's just
Yeah.
that's just business.
It's not a
If you
crime.
meet up in a parking lot somewhere at 3 a.m. to
Yeah.
buy from a sketchy dude.
What you do has to be illegal. So if you're a pharmacist and like, I sold Adderall, nobody can get it now.
Right. I mean, essentially, that's legal trafficking.
But does that mean?
But-
Does that make drug dealing? No. I was gonna say, does it make it legal? I don't know. That's a fucking loophole.
No, nobody would be able to illegally traffic drugs.
Yeah.
Period. Hopefully, shortly after that, marijuana would be legalized.
You could do you could do either, or you could either traffic drugs and nobody could ever traffic them again, or you could buy drugs and then if nobody can
Nobody could
buy
ever buy-
drugs again,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
then there's
the
not
easiest.
going to be any
But that's the
trafficking
easiest
left.
one to
Yeah,
do.
because
Yeah, because it effectively
then,
does
like-
the
all the
same thing. You don't
cartels
even need to deal
aren't
with drugs.
going to be trafficking drugs if there's nobody going to buy them.
Yeah,
They're
it
not gonna
does
give 'em away for
effectively does the
free.
same thing. You just don't have to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you could just instead of like selling drugs
heroin.
to somebody, you could just buy some and then just throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
But then
You
you're
know, like-
fucked up on the mystic supernatural spectrum that's creating this scenario, and it's like nobody can ever flush drugs again.
Yeah, but you already did one crime though.
Yeah, I
You
know. It
can't,
was
like
mostly a joke, but
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I initially
Easy peasy.
said murder, but I might have to switch it to
I
drug
stand by
trafficking.
murder.
Murder, drug trafficking, drug trafficking.
Like, I don't.
It would be pretty cool to get rid
The
of
thing
all.
with murder, though, even if that
war.
I thought about that, I don't think that I could actually do that. I think I'm capable of trafficking drugs, but I don't think I'm psychologically capable of murdering somebody.
I think murder kind of creates if you pick that and you get rid of obviously like people killing other people, it gets rid of a lot of problems between like relations with countries. And then also like
You could just
you
have
just solved the nuclear crisis. Like nobody's gonna drop a nuke on
yeah.
anybody
Hmm.
ever.
That's
Like
true.
that's not even a possibility because like if you're not allowed to kill people,
yeah,
then you're not allowed to drop nukes.
yeah.
Like also,
Whereas-
and then the fucking trillions and trillions of dollars that we put in, that our country puts into military, like there's really no need. Like
Yeah.
granted, there will still be war, but it'll be like what it is sorted
Injury.
out. It'll be it'll be like cyber war. It'll be like
Oh yeah.
war against people, like trade wars, shit like
Propaganda
that.
war. Yeah.
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 So people, instead of like focusing on like,
Yeah, but
Killing
lives
people-
would be saved.
oh yeah, for sure.
Infinite number.
But
then,
at the same time, it's like I was thinking about this before. Like, okay, there's gonna be so many like trade wars. There's gonna be people like trying to tank people's economies. Like, does that count as murder? If you like
No.
tank somebody's economy so bad that
They're
they can't
starving.
feed their people?
no, that doesn't count. I don't think so. And then another consideration is like, what if Putin's on meth, and then he can't get his meth, and then he nukes everybody?
There's for sure. Maybe not
Yeah.
Putin, but there's for sure. There's for sure plenty of politicians that are on drugs.
Hitler was on meth.
Yeah.
Have you seen the videos of him tweaking out?
No.
I've seen his like some of his speeches and stuff. He looks like a tweaker.
There's videos
I know.
of him
I know
just,
that.
like,
Well,
like
didn't
that.
they say he had like gonorrhea. They
He
said
had
that he had like
everything.
gonorrhea and like it went untreated for a long time. And supposedly, if you have gonorrhea that's been untreated, it fucks with your brain. Not saying
Yeah.
that's why he did all that stuff, but definitely didn't help.
Don't get gonorrhea, kids.
Or do meth, because I think
You'll
I think
be
a lot of
Hitler.
the Nazi regime did meth, according to I don't remember.
No, they did a lot. They gave it to a lot of their soldiers.
That was around the time frame it was
that's
created
like-
for the military.
That's literally what it was created for. The Nazis
Right.
created methamphetamine to give to their military. That's why when
Yeah.
they did like the Blitzkrieg and all that stuff, they gave all their soldiers meth, and then they were able to fucking run into these countries fast as fuck and insane. And everybody was like robotic as shit.
and
and
they'll do
we're like-
anything to get more meth.
We're like, not even that, but just they were like well-oiled machines because they weren't like, I guess a lot of them probably were addicted, but like it was being supplied. So they were just all hyper-focused and tweaking out of their minds and just were closest thing to super soldiers. You give a soldier meth, I mean, as long as they're able to like take commands, that's a fucking scary individual.
Hmm.
You know, like
Army of soldiers on bath salts.
Mhm.
Be zombies.
yeah,
Like
like
a fucking.
you give them too much, you end up like my neighbor. You know, like
Yeah. Money.
Yeah. It's the thing, if you're gonna supply your army with meth, you gotta tweak that meth some to make it functional.
all right. Here's a question. So, not really a question, but this is a Barstool Sports analysis, whatever. Their top 10 college movies. You guys
Good Will
watch college
Hunting?
movies, or
Doesn't
you
strike-
have? So, number 1, they have Animal House. Number 2 is 22 Jump Street.
Van
Number 3, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Eat my ass.
I did
That's
not-
not. Come on.
I mean, it's the best movie on there, but it's not a college movie. I don't. think.
No. 4,
I've never
Neighbors.
seen Animal House.
It's good. It's classic. It's like super classic, but it's not number 1. 5, Old School. 6, Accepted. Have no idea.
Oh,
7,
I've seen it.
21.
It's good.
Have no idea. We Are Marshall.
Also,
Number 8.
Seen it. It's good.
Number 9, Social Network, and number 10, Van Wilder.
I've never
Social
seen.
Network's not a fucking college movie. Okay.
I think these are ones where they're
Facebook-
set in a college.
Yes, right.
I think I've never seen We Are Marshall. I've never seen Old School, and I've never seen Animal House.
You
Which
know
is
what
number
Where Marshall is, right?
No.
Is it
About-
about?
Marshall University, where they had their football team, like the entire team was in a plane crash and they all died. It's based off a true story.
Oh, shit. Well,
I've seen that.
So it can be on the
My
list
dad's
just for
obsessed
that
with
movies. I
fact
think-
alone. But
excluding Good Will Hunting, which I think is the best movie on there, but a completely different genre. I'm just gonna pretend that's not on there. Then I'd say the best is 22 Jump Street, followed by Van Wilder,
dude,
followed by 21, followed by Accepted.
21 Jump Street was a high school movie.
Right, and they were both really good.
I want to see those now.
Oh, they're good. You haven't seen
I
them?
forgot about. I saw 21 Jump Street
22 Jump
years
Street.
ago. I want to see it
it's-
again.
22 Jump Street. The first time I saw it, I was blown away by it. Second time I saw it, I still laughed my ass off, but it wasn't as good as I remembered. I think what it is, 22 Jump Street as a movie isn't as good as the first one, but I think it has scenes that are funnier than any of the scenes in the first one, if that makes sense.
All the American Pie movies are like high
Yeah.
school, right?
Those should be all on there.
But they're high school though, right? Because
No.
band camp,
They're
and
like
then-
they're like just finished high school going into college type.
okay, well then they're easily number 1. Oh,
Van Wilder, I think is
it's up there.
I think Van Wilder and
Road
American
Trip?
Pie. Yeah, Road Trip.
Dude, Road Trip? Are you fucking kidding me?
American Pie. The fact that American Pie is not on there is nuts. The fact that Road Trip is on there is nuts.
I think Animal House is top 5.
21 and
School-
Accepted. You should see both of those. They're good.
Have you seen Old School?
No.
You'd love it. It's got Will Ferrell in it. You'd fucking love it. Going streaking!
Van Wilder is such a good one too. Though.
Because I know how you like Will Ferrell.
Oh, I just got wired.
Streaking! But dude, no. Road Trip is such a fucking classic. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's where they go and
And they meet the Amish
do they?
at one point. Yeah, The Rumspringa.
Rumspringa.
Yeah, that's when Seth, not Seth MacFarlane, Seth Green
Yeah.
is an Amish guy. And he's like, oh, I know nothing about that 1967 blah 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 Mustang. That's this cylinder and that. And they're like, have a nice day, spaceman. Right away on his horse. And like, wait, because the car broke down. He's like, what do you miss the most about the outside world? And he's like, honestly, sarcasm. It's mostly lost among my people. Oh, and butt fucking.
Damn. Well, I'd say Road Trip's got to be in my top 5 college movies. I mean, if we're talking about like college movies,
I forget about it a lot, but it is a great.
It's underrated. I think my number 1 has got to be Old School. It's a college movie, so the whole basis of it is that it's where these guys are all these fucking these older dudes. They're not fucking these older dudes, but they are older dudes, and they end up buying a house that's on campus, and they all go back to school, and they make their own fraternity, and they just throw like big blowout parties at their house.
That does sound pretty awesome.
It's awesome as fuck. It's got oh man, I can't remember what the main guy's name
yeah,
is.
I don't remember either of their names, but both their faces are like, I know.
Yeah. And then Will Ferrell's in it. He's the tank. Frank the Tank. We're going streaking. That's like his quote in the entire movie. You're my boy, Blue. They do like mud fights in like the kiddie pool in the basement of the frat house. It's fucking awesome.
Van Wilder, I think, is great.
Van Wilder's up there, so it's top 5 too. So my top 5.
You should see 21.
Old School.
Funny fucking.
I've seen 21.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, I said it's a high school movie. They're in high school.
No, they just got to college. They just graduated.
No. The first one, they're in high school. The second one, 22, they're in college.
You're talking about Jump Street.
Yes.
I'm talking about 21 is the name of the movie.
Oh, no.
Not Jump Street.
I thought you're sorry.
21 is his 21st birthday.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's a dude's 21st birthday, and it's a lot like The Hangover. They lose him, and the whole movie is them trying to find him.
Project X is high school too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's high school.
Because if it wasn't, it'd be up there too.
That is a unique movie, but yeah, it is a good fucking
It's not a good movie.
Yeah,
But the time that it came out, people were obsessed with it.
It's weird. It's not a good movie, but
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, it's hard not to watch.
I've seen it so many times, dude. The time
when it gets hilarious
when they have the gnome and it's full of ecstasy and they they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They're throwing it up and the dude fucking smashes it with a baseball bat in the middle of the party and it just fucking
ecstasy falls
everywhere.
Everyone's like, ah! It's like a pinata.
Yeah. And then the dude comes back because they
with a flamethrower
and just starts flamethrowing people's cars. Dude, the movie came out 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fucking dude comes out there looking for his gnome because they stole his gnome just to be, because they're in high school and stupid. They're like, oh, this would be funny to have at the party. Didn't realize it was full of ecstasy. The guy comes out there and it's like, where's my drugs? Has a flamethrower and is just fucking lighting up.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you got a fucking news helicopter flying over because there's thousands of people lining up the street and it's like a UK basketball game just won.
Yeah. Well, obviously not the flamethrower part and the ecstasy, but that movie's based off of like it's not based off a true story, but it's based off of a big ass party that happened down in Texas. That somebody it was a high school kid was throwing a party. His parents were out of town, and then went and told a bunch of these frat dudes at I don't know which school it was in Texas, but they told them, and then they told all these other people, and then everybody just started showing up from the surrounding counties and stuff, and it was like the police had to come in, riot control type shit. It was lit, bro.
That's awesome. I would have watched the news report and be like, it's a movie right there.
Yeah. Honestly, I think what happened was people saw the news report and they were just like, we should go. For real. I think they were like, let's just go.
Oh, so it was on the news and then people were adding
it was already
to it.
Big, obviously, but I think there was more and more people it was kind of like a Woodstock effect where it's people heard about it and they just started showing up.
Yeah. I feel like that's some basketball game celebration, so we have where people just
Dude, can you imagine how fucking trash that house would be? Probably like
I'd
irreparable.
be surprised if it's still standing.
That's what I'm saying. Like probably irreparable damage. Like so much
Caught on
damage
fire, I wouldn't be
for
surprised.
sure. Like, and you know, people are just ripping shit out of the walls, like punching holes in the walls.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you know the toilet got clogged. The bitch is flooding.
Yeah.
There's no
Puke
chance.
all over.
Yeah, there's puke everywhere.
I wonder if that high school kid was ever grounded for that.
I mean, dude, at that point, there's that many people. You know, there's people like ODing, fucking. You know, somebody had to die, right? Like for
Probably.
sure, somebody died or had to go to the hospital. Did y'all see that Apple just discontinued the iPod?
I didn't until I looked at your list of topics. I had no idea.
I mean, I know it's straight boomer talk, whatever, but like,
I thought they've already discontinued it.
no,
Why?
they've been doing like because most people have a fucking iPod in their pocket at all times.
Yeah, it's just an iPhone with a bigger screen is all an iPad is. It's just a.
iPod.
I was thinking of iPad.
No,
Oh,
they
I
didn't
see that.
discontinue the iPad.
They were still making iPods?
Everybody
Yeah.
gets an iPad in their
Yeah,
pockets.
the iPod. It was pretty much a phone without a phone.
I didn't know they were
Like,
still
without
making
being
that,
able
though.
to-
cellular service.
And yeah, without cellular service, and they were like way smaller, but they were still touchscreen. They were like the iPhone 4 back in the day, like 4 and
I
4S.
did not know
and
they
all
were
that.
still manufacturing that. I know a lot of people have iPhones that don't have
Well,
cellular
do you remember
service. They just have the internet. Like homeless people will have the phones.
the iPads? What'd you say?
No, I'm talking about people will have an iPhone.
Oh yeah,
But they won't have a phone plan. Like
Right.
homeless people
Yeah.
have iPhones and they use WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger and they still talk to people
they go to like McDonald's and like
through like homeless
Wi-Fi,
people. That's
yeah.
why homeless people have cell phones and shit. They just don't have cellular service. I figured I didn't think they were still making iPods because that's the only reason I could think people would have an iPod
well, they've been making
in modern
them
day.
for I can't even find it. 20 years. You remember back in the day they had
Oh,
like
I remember,
the
yeah.
iPod Classics, bro?
Oh yeah,
Why would they discontinue that? Like I feel like they could still make those. Like just don't make as many.
well, I mean, there's no point in making them if no one I wouldn't buy one. I have a fucking phone.
I mean that's true.
If anybody has some, they better keep them because in
I mean,
20 years, people are going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They'll come back probably like record players.
Well, I mean,
and flip phones.
I guess at this point there's probably so many other like options for that, just like digital music.
Music, yeah, you can get it on everywhere.
Like
Anyway.
no, but I mean like digital music players, like in general. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, if you had something like that, it was like MP3 players. Like back in the day, if you had an MP3 player, like it was a big deal. But now I feel like you could probably go
It's
to Walmart
literally
and get
everywhere.
one for like $10.
Yeah.
I have an MP3 player. Got it for my 13th birthday.
Was it
Or
Zoom?
14th. It was a Walkman.
Walkman.
Mhm.
That's not even an MP3 player
I remember one of my
because it's
buddies.
not digital Walkman or.
It's by, I guess, the
It's
company.
by Walkman. Walkman's a
Yeah.
company. The
I
original
thought
Walkman.
you were talking about the
like the
disc player because some people called them
the-
Discman.
Well, they were the Walkman was a tape cassette player at first,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then it became.
and then
CD
and
player.
then they did MP3.
I didn't know they did MP3. Okay.
But I remember my buddy. He had one of those like I don't know if it was LG or what, but they had the little. It was called the Shuffle, and it was like a flip phone, but you didn't flip up. You like flip it to the side, and it would like
I think
pop out like
I
that.
think I had one.
And the whole premise
I had
behind it
I had like
was
one of those
it was essentially
chocolate.
yeah, those were good. But the whole thing was like, oh, it was basically like a music thing. Like that was their biggest shtick was like it's a flip phone, but you could put your MP3s on it. And that was like their biggest selling
The
point
quality
was
was
like
shite.
I mean, I'm sure it was fine as long as you could plug into it, but like where are you getting these MP3s from?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You
I was
you
getting
think
on
you're-
LimeWire.
Yeah, you'd be over there on LimeWire like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
You'd be like downloading something. You'd be downloading a fucking virus.
yeah.
Fucking, dude, that shit used to piss me off so bad because I remember they had LimeWire and it got like, it didn't get shut down, but it got kind of shut down.
Yeah, like
And then
Napster.
and then they had FrostWire that came after that.
I didn't even know about that.
Do you ever-
It probably was a virus. But I remember with LimeWire, you would just download the shit and then you would put it on your phone or whatever, or like on your computer and burn a CD. Boomer talk. And like burn a CD. But until you downloaded it, you would hit play after you download it and then hear fucking Bill Clinton on that motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember Frostwire, you could download a song, and with the internet being so shitty back then, like half the song would download. They gave you a preview option on Frostwire. Dude, I don't know how many times I downloaded a song and I went to go preview it, and it was fucking Bill Clinton's voice or like Soulja Boy or some shit. And I'd be like, all right, stop, download, erase.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to find another one.
Because it's not the real
the
thing.
real one. And that was a game changer, though, because like before you would just download all that shit and you'd be like, listen to your songs thinking that it was going to be legit, and you'd just hear some bullshit.
Y'all remember that ad that used to be at the beginning of like when you got a DVD, and it was like this rock music, and it's like pirating is stealing.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
And it has like all
You
these
would-
stuff flashing, and somebody like stealing the CD
and
to
like
somebody,
breaking into
like, it's a
cars.
drug.
You wouldn't steal a car. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't.
I remember
you
seeing that.
wouldn't. You
They were
wouldn't
playing that at
download
theaters.
a car. Like,
They played that at theaters for like a decade. Yeah. It's like the FBI warning. They tried to make it more relatable, I guess.
dude, speaking of Soulja Boy a little bit, do you know how he got real popular online initially? Was that on LimeWire? So like
Because he did a lot of shit with Snoop Dogg.
no, he's from Atlanta.
Well, I know he worked with Snoop Dogg,
Maybe at some point, but
and I
The
thought that's what
reason-
made him famous.
no. So the reason why people found out about his songs is that he made his songs and he would release them on LimeWire. He would go there on there himself and put out Crank That, Soulja Boy, and he would put it like 50 Cent in the club, Lady Gaga, blah blah blah. And he would figure out like what the top 10 songs were that week, and he would fucking release his song underneath that name, and then people would download it and they'd be like, what the fuck is this? Like, just like everybody was like, what the fuck? This isn't the right file. And they'd listen to it and they'd be like, what the fuck is this? But crank that shit, bro. That shit sounds cool. And then they would look up Soulja Boy, and then they'd find him, and then they would like buy his music or what the fuck ever. But that's how he got famous.
I never
was
knew that.
through LimeWire.
Hmm.
Dude, Soulja Boy is an idiot, low key marketing genius though. He was so like on
Apparently.
the cutting edge
Yeah,
of
apparently.
like viral shit.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Crank That was like one of the first viral songs outside of like fucking what, Afro Man? You know Afro Man.
I don't know the names of most songs. I just know the songs themselves.
What is that song? I keep thinking of Sublime songs, but you're listening to the fucking pirating music.
Yeah.
I'm watching the video. Wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a movie.
You know who Afro Man is? The fucking what is that song? It's like, eat that pussy like shrimp fried rice. He had like,
Yeah.
because I got high, because I got high, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got high.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 zigzags, baby, that's all we need.
Yeah.
Smoking the bong,
Yeah.
smoke that tumbleweed.
Yeah, yeah.
The marijuana. That's Afro Man.
Okay.
You know how he got famous or how he got discovered? So this is all in the same vein of that shit too. So Afro Man actually went to like a music festival. I know we're getting into deep history of pirating and musicians, but the reason why Afro Man got famous was because he was at a music festival. He was there. He was a random ass rapper, and this is back in the early 2000s. Random ass rapper, just a dude that smoked hella weed, whatever. And he said that he went there to sell his CDs, was selling CDs, sold like 2. And that he was hanging around a bunch of these white people and was smoking weed with them at the music festival out in the parking lot. And they were like, yo, yeah, here, I'll give you some of my CDs, like hanging out with them, having a good time. Like, here, just take some of my CDs, just listen to my shit. They listened to it. They went and they put it on Napster. Well, Napster was famous or was popular, but it didn't have that many like musicians or whatever on there. They uploaded it, like ripped it from the CD, put it on there, and then people saw it and they heard it, and they loved it, and that's how he got famous, was through was literally through piracy. So like, yeah, he got ripped off by a lot of money, but at the same time, he would have never been famous without it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Huh. Yeah, I didn't know any of
Yeah,
that.
I watched an interview with him about that shit. It's pretty awesome, actually. I mean, it was one of those things where it's like right place, right time. Because I mean, if he wasn't there and just handed that pirating ass dude a CD, like, he would probably be like just a random person living in some apartment somewhere.
Yeah, like most musicians.
I mean, he's not like super rich or anything like that, but
He's famous.
but he's
Music
famous.
is.
Yeah, he was on the Jay and Silent Bob movie. He was on. I think he was. I don't know if he was on Clerks or not, but I know he did a music video with them. So when we were at the comedy show earlier, you saw where oh my gosh, I just had his name in my head. Gilbert Godfrey had passed away.
Did not know
recently. Yeah, I think it was. Say recently. I think it's been like a month or two now, though. But I guess, did you see where Ray Liotta died as well?
Who?
You know, Goodfellas. I'll look up a picture of him.
Oh yeah, he was the guy in Lilyhammer, right?
This guy.
Oh no, that's a different guy. He's died?
Yeah, he died. He was the one. He was in Goodfellas. He was in. No, you can't see that, but
He was in a lot of stuff.
yeah, he was in a shit ton of movies. I think I don't know how old he was exactly. He wasn't super old. I mean, how old was he? 54 was when he was. I don't know what that quick maths is, but he's like 70, I guess. He's less than 70. He's like, what, 68? So, I mean, he wasn't super old. Definitely, it sucks, dude. He was a legend. He was in Goodfellas. Let's see.
He's in tons of stuff.
I know. I remember him being in, like, he was in Blow. He was Johnny Depp's dad in that movie.
I've seen him in a lot of random stuff.
He's a legend, bro. He was the voice actor for Tony on Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
I did not know.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so it sucks that he passed away. I mean, like I said, fucking, he was a legend.
That's unfortunate.
I feel like I've noticed more celebrities have died starting in 2020 than I have ever. I don't know if I've just not been in the loop prior to that.
Because you don't follow celebrities, or especially before then.
Before 2020?
Probably. I mean.
What other celebrities died?
I just remember, like, in 2020, noticing, like, every single week that went by, some famous person died. I don't remember their name.
I
So
think
I'm like,
it seems that way to me too, but I think it's
died.
just because
I feel like certain years is just bad. Like, I know Betty White died, obviously. She died like right before New Year's.
It's because baby boomers are meeting their threshold of
that, probably,
life.
But maybe also because throughout the year, social media got more and more bigger and bigger, so people hear about it quicker. And also, we're getting older, so we're paying more attention to it. I think when I was younger, I just didn't give a shit.
My theory is it's because of the population boom from the baby boomers, and they're all meeting the end of the baby boomer lifespan at the same time.
Maybe.
You think you spend more time, like, noticing that stuff? I feel like I spend less time noticing that stuff now.
I mean, I never really did.
That's true.
But I have more friends who tell me, like...
Yeah. Like today, when I was like,
Gilbert Godfrey died,
he just
no
died.
idea.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That kind of shit, most of the time I hear about it from you guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes social media, if it's big enough. Like, because I remember in, like, 09, like 08 or 09, when Michael Jackson died. That was big.
Yeah.
I thought he was a woman.
It was not.
I saw him on People magazine.
Oh, you mean
when he was older?
You mean
when he died?
When he died.
Oh.
When he died, I'd
Well,
never heard of him. I was like, Mom, who's that weird lady? She's like, that's not a lady.
I thought
you'd never heard of Michael Jackson?
Never.
He's blown away.
You're like,
How are the Amish
Again,
going to hear about
I'm
Michael
not,
Jackson? We're
I'm
gonna
not,
hear
ju-
about
no,
it.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, I
It's just-
never.
it's weird to think
it's mind
about
blowing because
different culture
he's such
that's isolated.
he's such a prominent figure in pop culture
It's
in
like
general.
it's like not knowing who the
It's-
president is. Like, does the Amish community follow who the president of the United States is?
I mean, you could
Some
say
do,
who
some
they
don't.
are,
Yes,
but
I
it's
don't
just
know.
like, does it?
Yeah.
If they're not getting coverage of what they say, then it just whenever you like go around and like look at a newspaper, I guess, I don't know, or
Like
what
when
people
I-
say, but
Yeah. When I first started going to school, when I was 14 in a non-home school, one of the teachers was like, there's some people who, wherever you go in the world, any like random remote area, every kid's going to know who it is. Like, Michael Jordan. It's like, who's Michael Jordan? Everyone's like, I don't know who that is.
yeah, I was just thinking though, like I said, it's like no judgment, but I was like, holy shit, I never even thought about how the Amish don't know who Michael Jackson is. That's got to be like, you're in a percentile of the earth. I feel like there's people in like
Somalia who know
that
who Michael
knows.
Jackson is.
Yeah, I feel like maybe the number is not as low as I think it is, but I'd say you're probably in like the 5%.
Probably less than that.
I wanted to say 1, but
Probably
I don't
like-
know. There's a lot of people out of age and stuff, especially like he's been dead for R.I.P. But he's been dead for a while.
I'd say
But like let's say
people over the age of 13.
Yeah, but back then they didn't have social media though, even too back in the day. So I don't know. I'd say you're probably in the 10% of people. Not now, obviously. But
Oh,
like,
it's dude.
but
It's
the
less than
Amish
that.
are in the 10% of people that don't know who Michael Jackson
I'd
is.
say like 1
Dude,
or
there's so
2%.
many. I think you'd be surprised about the kids today. They have no idea who he is.
There's a lot of.
But
dumb
if you're
kids.
talking about 2005, yeah, it'd probably be less.
Yeah.
But like now, there's so many people that have no idea, like children and people
Yeah.
that are like 15, legitimately might not know who he is.
Yeah.
Do y'all know who George Washington Carver is?
The guy that made peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Mm.
I didn't know his name. I knew the name, and I know the famous guy.
He did like
Didn't piece it
he did
together,
a bunch of stuff with peanuts, right? He was like
Yeah, he
Yeah,
he
there
was
was like
the-
an ad
he
like
was the guy-
99 uses for.
He
and
was actually-
soybeans.
he was actually the guy that actually made peanuts into a crop because before it wasn't, and then he popularized them.
Yeah,
made
that
peanut
and
butter.
soybeans.
And I think he was also like a big public figure for black community.
Well, he was a black man, so
Right. No, what I'm saying was not him doing it. I'm saying people using his name as like a see black people are a benefit
Oh,
to
yeah,
society
yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that he was born in slavery. I'm pretty sure,
oh, I'm not sure.
and then he was adopted.
I have no
And
idea. I don't even remember
super
what time
smart.
frame.
anyway, that was someone I always knew about growing up, and was like shocked when people didn't know who George Washington
makes
Carver was.
More sense that our society. I think it's sad that our society valued people like Michael Jackson more than people like him.
He was pretty cool. Carver
You know,
was.
Like the
I'd
people,
say
the people everyone knows
Carver's
about.
more important because
are-
he made peanut butter.
Yeah,
Peanut butter's bussin'.
Yeah, like people.
Dude,
people
Reese's.
are people.
Yeah,
Most
tend to
famous
think.
people in the world are actors and politicians.
musicians too.
Musicians, I'd say, are a little bit underneath actors and
Singers.
politicians. Musicians are probably third. I don't know most musicians.
Without
I
Carver,
know
we don't have.
actors.
Without Carver, we don't
no
have.
politicians.
We don't have Reese's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't have PB and J, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we don't have PB and J without Carver.
And there's
We
like
don't have peanut butter tomato and mayo sandwiches.
Yeah.
thousands
tomato
of stuff
and-
that's made out of soy. Like so much stuff is
Yeah, I didn't
based
know
in
about the soy part.
And he was all
Wait,
about
I thought that
soy.
was
I
like
didn't know
China.
about that at all.
Soy sauce?
What else?
Soy sauce?
Anything else?
Yeah. It's white.
I mean, soy milk, but I'm talking
No.
about from China.
Yeah, but it's white. Comes in blocks. You cut it up.
We're talking about tofu. Yeah.
I I didn't even know soy's in that. But I guess
That's what it is.
that makes sense.
I'm
I
pretty
didn't know
sure,
what
right?
the
Am I
fuck
wrong?
tofu was.
Tofu
I think
is like
you're.
all
I think
soy.
you're. I
Soy.
think you're right.
Tofu is all soy. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong.
I think you're right. I just didn't.
Well, speaking of Carver and peanut butter, did y'all see that Oreo and Ritz just had a collaboration, and they made a half Ritz and peanut butter, half Oreo and the white shit sandwich
What?
cookie.
They call it stuff, which is
The white
sketchy.
stuff. Did y'all hear about that? It's
I
like
did not.
so it's like half peanut butter, half Oreo, but like one side's a cracker and one side's a cookie.
I try it.
It
I
sounds
didn't
busted.
hear about it.
Have you ever put
You
an
gotta
Oreo
try.
in peanut
You
butter?
gotta try like weird food inventions.
That
on
sounds
this,
fucking genius, but
on
I
this
have not tried it.
podcast. You should get it for next podcast.
Food inventions?
Yeah, dude. Next
Oreo?
podcast, we should try Oreo and peanut butter
I
and
was-
these.
Well, I was gonna ask y'all. So we have this food collaboration. They've actually already sold out of these because they don't want to let a good thing happen, and this is the oh god, come on, this is the Oreo and Ritz that they've made, and people are buying them. I'm assuming they're probably selling them on eBay because they're not putting them on the shelves. They've sold I think they sold 1,000 of them. I don't know the exact number. I'd eat the fuck out of that.
I wonder if we could order it online for next episode, for next podcast.
They've already sold out. Yeah, you
Oh.
could order it, but you
You
could
can
buy it
make
off
it.
of like eBay.
Oh, for like.
You
a
could
shit
you
ton.
could make it though
We'll
easily.
probably make more.
You can make it easily.
Just
though.
make a bunch and then pretend you bought them. Let's get our Ritz.
Don't have to
somebody
pretend you bought 'em,
out there made one.
Yeah.
I bet
Yeah,
that's
they're probably
busted.
selling them.
Probably.
So my thoughts were, what are some company combos that you would like to see? Because like we got the Oreo Ritz, you got the what? Taco Bell, KFC.
Tabasco and Hershey.
You not seen the Taco Bell,
I know
KFC?
Doritos
They
and
do.
Taco Bell.
They don't do the crossover, but they do like the stores. But yeah, Doritos and Taco Bell, that's bussin'. You said
Yeah.
Tabasco and
And Hershey.
Hershey.
Yeah.
What?
You want a spicy?
Oh, you want that or you've seen that?
I want it. Don't you think that'd be good? Some good stuff could come from that.
Hot sauce and chocolate?
Yeah.
Have you ever had mole?
What the fuck?
Mole, it's like a chocolate sauce thing that they make in Mexico. It's chocolate and like peppers. It's good. It's bussin'. Spicy chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Bussin'.
tried spicy chocolate before.
Yeah.
I might have.
Tabasco and Hershey. What else?
It's like spicy like peppers in cheese. I love both of those things, and I get pepper jack every time I go to Subway, but that's just because I can't really taste the
Yeah,
difference.
and so mole it's like a sauce. Like they put it on enchiladas and shit.
That I would not like that.
You don't know.
It's
till you
not
try
sweet. It's not sweet though. It's all savory.
It. Yeah, 'cause chocolate by itself, like cocoa powders.
Damn, they put that on
kinda
chicken.
bitter.
I don't know about all that, but I could see it. I could see it on that right there.
I want to try that.
I'd try it. I'm not convinced I'd like it, but
As far as fast food restaurants that you would like to like see combined,
fast food.
yeah,
Ooh.
I feel like Taco Bell's got that on lock. Like I feel like you could mix Taco Bell with anything.
Taco Bell. The only time I get Taco Bell, it's because everything else is closed. It's not because I want Taco Bell.
But what are
But the Doritos Locos
okay.
Tacos though.
I can make it better than they do.
But
Yeah,
what
but
are
it's
the other
Doritos.
categories of fast food other than hamburgers and then Taco Bell?
I mean Fazoli's.
That's
What is
what's
Indian
good.
food fast foods?
I mean, yeah.
Kind of. Not necessarily. There was like one and it shut down. A collaboration between fast food.
I mean, if you could mix and match, if I could get a fucking Chick-fil-A
Ooh.
sandwich, if I could get a Chick-fil-A sandwich with McDonald's fries, bro,
Ew.
Or-
That's the opposite of.
Or if I could get the fucking
I agree with
McNuggets.
I
Or-
want fries usually.
Yeah, if you could get the McDonald's fries.
Most people
with
are opposite. Most people go to Chick-fil-A for their waffle fries.
That's what I do.
ass.
I don't like their waffle
Sucks
fries.
ass.
We're like the only
Sucks
two
ass.
though.
It's
Everyone
not
else
even-
love their
but
fries.
they're not even fries though. Let's be real.
They're
Are they
potato
fries?
wedges,
Okay,
kind of.
you think
They're fried.
They're fried, but yeah, they're not Americanized fries
They're
that
not
are going to give
fries.
you a heart attack.
Thank
That's
you.
what we're looking
Holy
for.
shit. You're like the only person I've
I
ever
know!
talked to that's like, no, they're not fries. Because they're not fucking fries. They're sauce.
It's fried
they're
potato
sauce,
wedges.
They're sauce receptacles.
They're
the
what
only-
fries were meant to be when they were invented. But they're not what fries... Like American pizza. It's not like the pizza in Italy that has like just tomato sauce and peppers.
Yeah, but the American pizza's better.
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like fries. It's
But
not
the
just
Chick-fil-A,
potato
the
wedges
Chick-fil-A fries
stuck in the oven.
ass.
It's just
First off, why
deep
don't
fried
they-
and fat.
Okay, you've been
Grease.
you've been on Popeyes, Zaxby's, all these places, right? They got these like their fries have seasoning on them, like Cajun
I do
seasoning.
love that shit.
Why don't they do that shit on fucking McDonald's or
I
something?
don't know,
bro?
bro. Oh, where was it?
Dude, McDonald's fries with Cajun seasoning would slap so motherfucking
I
hard.
know.
They would sell out of fries.
A lot of these places need to make their fries crispier and more seasoned. I'd like it a little bit crunchier. Because, like,
So that's
Like
how you
Cookout-
like your fries, but you like McDonald's fries? That's like the opposite of
I know. I think
crispy and
McDonald's
seasoned.
fries
They're
should
crispy.
be... No, they should be crispier. A lot of times
They're-
McDonald's fries are soggy.
Why you
and
like
super
them so
greasy,
much?
Yeah.
Which is what we're wanting with grease.
But when they're at
Just
the
leave
peak, but when they're at the peak,
When they're at
though,
their
they're
peak,
crispy.
They leave them in a little bit longer
They're
and they
crispy,
get
yeah.
crispy. That's what
And
they
they put
just get.
salt on that
It's
bitch.
McDonald's. They're in a hurry. They just fucking, they're still soggy. But when they're crispy is when they're the best. I think, like Cookout, their fries would almost slap, but they're always soggy.
Hot take. Cookout is
Soggy.
mid, bro.
Dude, Cookout is awesome.
No, it's not.
I usually just get, I don't even get their burgers anymore. I just get their chicken. I get
We-
chicken strips and fries.
We have an argument at work.
Their
These
chicken is so much
motherfuckers-
better than Cane's.
Have you been? Yeah,
Cane's is not that great. Everyone talks about how great it is.
The
Dude,
sauce is good.
The best fast food chicken is Cookout. It's not where you would expect it to be. It's Cookout.
The
Except
best
you
fast
threw it out the
food.
car window. You
You're
hated
fucking-
Because it was
It's
a nugget.
It's Popeyes,
$3
bro.
for them.
The best fast food chicken is Popeyes.
But honestly, it tastes almost the same.
No, it doesn't. With what? You gonna say Cane's?
No, Cookout.
No.
Cookout. Popeyes
Cookout
is
is-
slaps.
Butthole.
I think the only difference is that Popeyes might be a little bit better because it's seasoned more.
Oh, it's way seasoned. They fucking they give you the regular and then they give you the spicy option. But here's the thing: if you're fucking white as shit, the regular option already spicy, bro. Like it's already spicy.
So if you get the Cajun chicken wrap from from Cookout, just take it out of the fucking wrap. They should just put that
and
seasoning
throw
on
it
the
out the
regular
window.
chicken strips. It's pretty much Popeyes.
Cookout's not good. The only reason why people
The
think
chicken's
Cookout,
pretty much the same as Popeyes, bro. Nobody knows it.
The
'cause nobody
only
gets their
thing-
chicken.
the only
fucking
thing
good.
that's good about Cookout is that it's cheap. You know what else is fucking cheap?
It's cheap and you get a lot of it,
McDonald's,
but
bro.
it's fucking slaps.
It's,
I get their
Cookout is cheaper than
chicken,
McDonald's.
fries, and it is they're cheaper than McDonald's now. A lot cheaper than McDonald's, actually.
Mhm.
I
Not
don't.
if
I
you
don't
get the value shit, because the shit that you
Yeah,
get,
but you don't get
the shit
anything.
That you, no,
If you go to
okay.
McDonald's, you get
no,
barely
okay.
anything. If you go
Okay,
to-
but if you go to fucking Cookout, you barely get anything too, but you get in a fucking tray.
No, when you go to Cookout, I don't finish it. I spend $5 and I don't finish it.
As rookie
If I-
numbers. What are you getting? You're getting the tray?
Yeah, I'm getting the tray
No.
for
What
like
are you getting on the tray?
$6 maybe.
you tried
I'm
the
getting chicken
quesadillas?
strips, a chicken wrap, fries, and a drink. If I go to McDonald's, I'm getting something, finishing all of it, still being a little bit hungry, and I spent $8 at least. If I go to Cookout, I'm spending $6 and I don't even finish it, and it tastes better.
You can go to McDonald's and get a fucking McChicken, McDouble, fries, and something else that's on the dollar menu. And
Am I
it's
getting-
gonna cost. And
I
it's
get
gonna
chicken from
cost.
McDonald's, except for the spicy sandwich.
Dude, the McChicken slaps.
What is the?
The McChicken,
I've never had it.
it's okay. Well,
This is a
you're-
chicken sandwich.
it's-
I don't
yeah,
get
it's
the
a
chicken sandwich from.
It's not the chicken sandwich, but it's a chicken sandwich.
Okay. I don't get the chicken sandwich anymore from Cookout. because it's the chicken that I like. So I just get the chicken strips. Then I get the Cajun chicken wrap, which is fire. But it's more expensive if you just get chicken wraps as opposed to just getting that as a
At
side.
work,
And the fries, and then Diet Coke.
there's a
'Cause I think it
debate.
tastes better than regular Coke.
There's a debate at work, and it's 2 fast food places.
I think Cookout might
one
be
of
the
them
best
being
fast food restaurant.
okay. Well, I don't even want to talk to you about this because I know where you're gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, your standards are gonna lie, but Cookout versus Steak and Shake.
Oh, Cookout.
Fuck no,
Wait,
bro.
wait. To be fair, I've only had Steak and Shake like once.
Steak and Shake is
years ago.
bussin'. Also, Steak and Shake's like 3 times more expensive, but it's bussin'.
I need to try it. They just built one in my.
I know. I've seen
So
it. I drive by that bitch all the time.
Like I said, I had it like once in like 2016. So I don't really remember. I might have gotten the wrong thing because somebody told me to get like the melt,
It's not.
and it was just like
It's
nothing.
not-
It was
in
it's a
my
different
opinion,
genre than
it's not-
Cookout. Because I got like the greasy melt, whereas
you
Cookout I
had
get
Fre- have you had,
something that at
like-
least tastes healthy.
Have you had Freddy's?
Never Freddy's?
Yeah, it's new around here.
No.
It's from Georgia. It's the same thing. Dude, we used to go to
Popeyes is good. I forget how good it is.
Popeyes is it's the best chicken place, fast food.
It is a lot like Cookout though. Nobody knows that, but it is.
Popeyes?
I think Cookout just has better. Has
No.
like Cookout just comes with fries
What?
and
What
a
do you even
side
mean?
and a drink.
Popeyes doesn't even sell any product besides chicken and fries
That's what I'm saying.
and
Cookout
rice and beans.
is like it's got the same thing, but then they give you more shit.
You taking Popeyes over Bojangles?
I honestly also it's been so long I don't remember.
Popeyes is probably better, but Bojangles got them fucking biscuits.
I did. In fact, I'd be saying the same thing that it's been too long since I've had Popeyes, except I did have it when I was up in New York, and it jogged my memory. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. This shit's
Popeyes
good.
is so good that you forget how fucking bad the customer service is at that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I've never once been to a Popeyes where I didn't get fucking lip from the fucking person that's taking my order, bro. I swear,
as long
never.
as the food tastes good, fuck it.
That's true. They had their sandwich went viral
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
To go
didn't
back
it?
to your initial question, though, a collaboration, I would like something less greasy because sometimes I don't have time. But when I don't have time and I have to drive through someplace, it's going to be like Taco Bell or McDonald's. Sonic is my go-to. Sonic is probably the best out of those options, but it's still like greasy, you know. So something like
Sonic's
Chipotle,
greasy as fuck.
something like Chipotle, but you can drive through would be dope.
Qdoba does that, bro.
I
Never,
didn't know Qdoba has a drive-through.
I didn't know that
They
either.
do. They do. There's one down the road that does that.
Well, okay.
You know the one beside the sex shop?
Yep.
The one that everybody knows? It's drive-through.
I'm like, yep.
Yeah. Yep, the sex shop.
Yeah.
I was just there today. No, yeah, that one's drive-through. Qdoba?
I did not
What
know
do you
that.
think? Qdoba or Chipotle?
I think it's a toss-up.
God, everybody says Qdoba.
I think
I've got
Qdoba
brand
has bigger
loyalty to Chipotle.
portions.
I have Chipotle in the
I'd say Qdoba, but not by much. I think it's mostly because they have bigger portions and more options. Like I was at Chipotle today. That's why it was in my mind. We went to Chipotle and there's a couple times I was like, it's the exact same thing as Qdoba, but they don't have this, they don't have that, and the tray is smaller.
I'm picking Chipotle.
But I think it's the same quality, really.
I'm picking Chipotle straight off the fact that Future didn't rap about Qdoba. He rapped about Chipotle. So I'm picking Chipotle.
Fair enough.
My crossover, though, I don't know.
A
But
crossover between Qdoba and Chipotle.
I still think these companies out here are slacking with the seasoning on their fries.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
had the fries at Popeyes? Severely slept on. They're so good. I swear they batter their fries.
Yeah.
They batter their fries.
Some fries are awesome, and it's a game changer for the entire meal. And some, like, that's the main thing I would change about Cookout is that they just need to fry it a little bit longer. It's soft. It needs to be crispy and
It's
seasoned.
hard.
That Cajun seasoning is a game changer too. But first and foremost, make it crispy, then season it.
All right.
But yes,
So-
that needs to be a part of a lot more restaurants.
Why are
Good
they
fries.
called? Why are they French?
Popeyes?
Fries.
They're from
La
Louisiana.
Frites.
Oh,
Fries.
La
I thought you
Frites.
said
because I think because they came. Oh, you wait. No, they came from like Belgium, I think.
Believe so.
Yeah, I don't know why we call them French fries.
Because we're American.
Because we're American.
Because we're
We don't
stupid
we
as
don't
fuck.
know the difference.
It's somewhere in Europe.
It's
fucking France.
It's
From
French.
Paris?
Where the fuck is Belgium? We'll make them French. Fuck it.
All right, we're about to close this out, but I've got one more little thing to go through. It's called Overrated, Underrated, and it's something that I think that we need to do on other episodes.
Sounds interesting.
And so we're talking about, right now we've been talking about fast food restaurants, and I'm going to go through a series of restaurants, and I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think? Overrated, underrated, where do you rank them?
That's a good idea. Let's do
Overrated,
that.
underrated, fairly rated.
Okay.
Popeyes.
I've never had it. So
Fairly rated because I know a lot of people
Overrated.
are huge advocates of it, and I
You
think it's
You
good.
think it's overrated?
yeah.
I think
I would have said overrated if I didn't just have it recently, and it impressed me.
it's.
So I'd say it's fair.
I'd say it's fairly rated, and the only reason why I say it's fairly rated is because of how fucking bad the fucking
Customer service.
the customer service is. If the customer service was good, it would be severely underrated. The food there is amazing, but the fucking customer service is awful.
It's
Next
true.
one, Chick-fil-A.
Overrated for sure.
100% overrated. The food's good. It's overpriced. And the line's too fucking long.
I
I don't
think
give a
it's-
shit how long or how fast I can go through the line. It's
Yeah.
too fucking long. I don't want to be on the fucking street when I'm trying to get my food.
Fair. The main reason I say it's overrated though is because it's average, but people rave about it. This is just I'm just talking about the food
It's
quality,
Jesus's
and that's it.
chicken.
Yeah, it's just it's food. It's fast
It's
food.
good.
It's not bad, but people talk about it like it's the best fast food ever.
It
It's
ain't
not.
bussin'.
It's not.
What do you think, Rose?
So
I think it's fairly rated because
you love it.
I like it. Yeah.
I
Hey, I like it, and I don't like any fast food, so
it does
It must be
taste.
saying
It does at least
something.
taste like it's not as unhealthy as most fast foods. I don't know if that's.
It's not super greasy. That's fair.
Yeah. So that part's fair. But it's just I don't know. I just don't I don't ever crave it. And it's just an option. But people talk about it like it's the best fucking thing ever. I just disagree. So yeah,
I like it every now and then. I'll be honest. It's
Every
pretty
now
damn
and then.
good.
Their
McDonald's.
breakfast, the little breakfast things those are good.
Chicken minis.
McDonald's,
overrated. Disgusting.
yeah, she can't stand it. I occasionally, when I want shit food, sometimes I just want low quality, greasy ass
Hell yeah.
food that's gonna give me a heart attack.
I'm here with you, bro.
That's a really hard one because some people are like that and like it's disgusting, and then some people get it every day, but that's more so out of convenience.
I say severely underrated.
McDonald's?
Dude, McDonald's is the backbone of America. Do you know how many fucking people
Well,
McDonald's...
a lot of people shit on McDonald's.
Do you
I'd
know-
probably say it's underrated
Do
too.
you know
just
how many
because
people McDonald's fucking feeds in a day? It's like, what, 1-2% of the world
Did
population?
you pop it finally?
Yeah.
That's what she said. Dude,
Oh,
they feed like, what, 1-3% of the world population?
yeah.
Way
Also,
underrated.
it
Everybody
tastes a
talks shit
little bit
about it.
different if you go elsewhere. Like I heard it's shit in like Japan.
Well, I heard
but if
it's-
you go to France
Well, fuck them. I don't give a shit about that.
or
I'm talking about here.
like Italy, it's just fucking better, bro. But yeah,
That's
okay.
but
We'll
that's
just talk about here.
That's like all fast food over there, though.
Yeah.
Let's be
Well,
honest.
a lot of it's worse over there. But no, okay. Talking about here, I'd say underrated, but not severely, because people shit on it, and it's not great. But I think it's a little bit
Dude,
better.
The Big Mac, bro. Come on, there's not anything hitting like the Big Mac.
I think
the Burger
their
King's
greasy ass
Version
fries
of the
are good.
Big Mac is way better than
Um,
McDonald's.
Burger King's chicken shit is awesome. I phrased that weird.
Chicken shit.
Their chicken burgers.
Chicken.
Their new spicy chicken,
First
bro.
off,
Fucking fire. That shit is awesome.
underrated. Big Mac, chicken nuggets, McDouble, McChicken.
Chicken nuggets, I don't
They're
like.
fucking sweet teas bussin'.
I haven't liked the chicken nuggets since I was a kid. But the burgers and fries, when I want that shit and I'm in the mood, it's rare that I'm in the mood.
I'm not
for that
saying I'm eating
shit
it all the
food.
time.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like,
Yeah, some people eat it every day. I could not do that.
No,
I would feel
of
like
course
it's, but occasionally when you're in the
people
mood for
give it
that,
slack for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say for no reason, but they give it more slack than what
right?
people. It's a cheap meal.
It's the same thing as Burger King as far as health goes, but McDonald's is the one who's like, they're the example.
Subway.
Ooh, underrated.
Yeah, underrated.
Subway is fire. If you get,
Yes.
yeah, I always get the BMT on flatbread, sometimes Italian herbs and cheese, but I always get the Italian BMT with spinach or lettuce and banana peppers, jalapenos, and onions, and Chipotle Southwest sauce, and I get it the toasted. That shit is amazing.
I think
Underrated for sure.
I think Subway gets a lot of slack. Is that you?
No,
That was my stomach.
Oh,
thinking about all this food.
Yeah.
I think
Chipotle.
Subway gets a lot of slack, and I think it's fairly rated. Fuck Subway, dude.
I
They
love
are
it.
ass. As far as like, if you're trying to, Subway is good as far as an entrepreneurial aspect goes because you can open up a Subway fucking anywhere. But besides that, Subway's fucking sucks ass, dude. Jersey Mike's kills their ass. Fucking Firehouse kills
So here's the
their
thing.
ass.
I can't compare. I've never had Jersey Mike's.
I've had
It's
it.
bussin'.
And it's
But I have had
overrated.
Firehouse, and I love
Oh.
Firehouse, but I cannot compare
You
the
got
two
it
because
flipped.
with Subway, I get what I just told you I get, and then
But
with
they got like
Firehouse,
fake
with-
meat at Subway.
with Firehouse subs, I always get so Subway it's cold, Firehouse subs it's hot. What I get, it's barbecue sauce lathered all over. It's hot. It's a completely different
Yeah, the
genre
brisket,
because
bro.
of what I get the
Bussin'.
brisket from there, which is So it's not even the same type of food that I get.
I
from
don't
each
think
of those, so I can't
anything at
compare them.
Subway could even touch the brisket.
Honestly, I think the brisket is higher quality, but I think the Subway that I usually get slaps harder.
Yeah.
Especially since fucking Firehouse stopped giving out those hot sauces. I always put the hot sauce.
Dude, that shit
That-
pisses me off, bro.
That was half the meal for me, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'd get that
You go
brisket.
through. I'd get like a couple little different ones. I'd try some shit out.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Yeah,
that was the one of the big points there. It's like if McDonald's got rid of their fries.
it's not that
Good.
serious, but it's
Okay.
like if McDonald's got rid of like their dipping sauce and you getting fucking chicken nuggets, like, yeah, I don't just want ketchup, bitch.
yeah.
But
But yeah.
all right, guys, I think that's it for the episode. It was a good episode. You know, I think the overrated underrated is a good topic.
Yeah, you
We need
through
to
that
bring it back.
curveball at
We need
the
to
end
bring
there
it-
for me.
We're gonna have to bring it back.
Yeah,
but,
I like that. I like that.
But anyway, we will see you guys next time. Stay bricked up.
They bricked up.
Yeah. Stay bricked up.
Stay bricked up. Have a good one, guys.